What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. And welcome back to Monday Night Roski. The longest running episodic program and live stream here on YouTube. You're in here with the Bruce Wayne of this ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth. Yours truly, the Notorious one, a.k.a. Mr. Coach Alini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy. But you can call me CGA, C God Allah, and I'll be the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. We got a great show for you today. We're going to go tour Alexander Grace's YouTube page. Apparently, he said he made a mistake. That game might not work on these modern 304s, all right, or modern women, he says. We're going to take a tour of the video. He says, we are done, all right? He's basically ringing the bell on dating and, well, I don't know. His game is dating coaching, so I don't know what's going to happen here, right, with his branding. But, of course, it's a great way to grab attention. He said he made a mistake. He bonked his head, and he hurt his finger. He hurt his finger. All right, he bonked his head on these dating coaches. As you guys know, I'm not a fan of dating coaches. I'm cool with a couple of dating coaches here on YouTube. I am cool with them back behind the scenes. New world order. But I have a more pragmatic, direct advice that is long lasting, although a lot of people don't like my advice because they can't use it because the game is rigged, all right? And they're like, all right, but coach, I need to know, do I need to approach 300 women? I have a dating coach on here that is going to talk about, I meant to cue him up. I just thought about this. I haven't seen him in a long time, and I met him in person. So when I play his video, I ain't trying to beef with the ninja. All right, but he said approach 300 motherfucking women. Yes, he did. All right. All right, let me see if I can pull up the video for later on. I meant to pull it up. But he was like, yeah, but by the time you approach 300 women, Ninja, I was like, wow. All right. And so if he's watching, that's your channel. All right. That's your channel. All right. You already know what it is. All right. But yeah, 300 women. All right. Damn, I can't find the video. All right. All right. I can't find the video. I'm going to have to look at my history, as they say. Because the ninja said approach 300 videos. Let me see if 300 videos. Yes, approach 300 videos. Approach 300 women, he said. All right, and I was like, 300? Oh, no. All right, let me see if I can pull them up. Did I watch it? This is October 2nd, so maybe it's not on this channel. I don't know what it is. All right, but I watched it, and I was going to check it out. All right, but yeah, 300 women. Anyway. To contribute to today's show, $ the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, it's Coach Greg Adams TV. PayPal is paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams, and that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel when you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat. On the Free Agent Lifestyle channel, my massage therapist came through. She worked me, you know what I mean? She got me a little bit looser because it was a crazy weekend. I had a crazy weekend. All right, so I'm back and in shape. 300 women. I was like, yo, all right, I'm going to have to find that video. I'm going to have to find the video. For some reason, I can't find it. All right, what channel did I watch it on? Because I got like 11 channels. None of them monetized. Absolutely zero. So it is what it is. I'm going to have to pull it up. Because it says October 2nd, but I don't know what the hell is going on. Anyway, I went to watch this video. But yeah, 300 women, he says. All right, anyway. Let me get to the earlier contributors and the late contributors of this evening show. People contributed as I logged out. So shout out to our brother here, Landy, the Sergeant Landy. In the 90s, one game was wearing a wedding ring. Am I lying? And he says, can't wait until Jap has experience and come over to the dark side. All right, shout out to Minister Jap, another brother that a brother in arms and the brother of the content struggle that I appreciate. I appreciate him. I think I was on his show one time. But yeah, I don't know. How old is Jap? Is he about 40? He's about 40. All right. Is he still live streaming? I don't see his stuff too much come across my desk. Shout out to the legendary Minister Jap. He said bring back CGA Sports. It's demonetized. I ain't fucking doing all this slave work. All right. All right, but yeah, man, shout out to the Jappa over there. I was on his show. We kicked it in Vegas for a little bit. And shout out to our brother here. Shout out to Mr. Two Gobs or Two Goobs. Mr. Two Goobs. He says to imprison someone, you must imprison yourself. That's an actual fact. All right. I think I talked about that last week. In order to imprison someone, you got to imprison yourself. So be careful, gentlemen, out here. All right. Enough about that bullshit. All right. Let's get to it. Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Straggle and Sniggle Theater. All right, check out this video right here before we get into the subject matter of the main event. Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Here's a video of a brother right here that says he has 11 kids in Austin, Texas, and all he likes to do is poke. All right, here we go right here. Austin, Texas.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Sam.
Where you grew up?
Austin, Texas.
How long you been out here?
49 years.
So this is your spot right here?
Every day mine.
We heard that you turned down $5 million for this spot.
What would you give up for $5 million? He made it clear he wanted to stay for the community.
I turned down $5 million, they came with $8 million. If they come with $20 million, I'll be all right. I'll get out of here then.
Where you going?
Yeah, I got 18 kids, boss. We better do something.
You got 18 kids of your own?
Yeah, 48 grandkids.
Holy shit.
13 great-grandkids with 6 ex-wives. I need 2 lawyers and 3 doctors.
You're funny as hell.
This shit for real. Yeah, this ain't funny. This can go in, too.
Oh, where to go in? What made you want to have so many kids?
I thought fucking was a good thing to do. Like,
Yeah, man. Yeah, Sam. Yeah, man. He said, I thought fucking was a good thing to do. Yes. I mean, listen, this is the example of I like the brother and all that, and he cooked barbecue, you know what I mean? So, I mean.
There's barbecue in there.
All right, this ninja out here, not only are you fucking, you are leaving it in. You know what I mean? That's a lot of freaking you're doing here. All right, and he said 6 ex-wives. There used to be guys, boomers like this all the time, bro. Boomers was like this. And, bro, do you need some chapstick? You need some chapstick? This is not a commercial for chapstick. I think you need that. Right there. Put that on your lips. I always tell you these ashy lip ninjas that always having sex, and you've been smoking a lot of something. You need this for your lips. Get the corner right here. Hold on for a second. Get the corner. All right. Get the corner of your lips like this right here, and all that black ass lip at the bottom right there, bro. Like. And Sam, you turn down $5 million and you got 18 kids or whatever kids you got, 6 ex-wives. And my man still, he got the old diabetes limp going on. You know what I mean? He got the limp.
Y'all love sex. You're a young man. I'm a young man. I love fucking. I'm sexy. I'm built. I work. I do martial arts. Give me some pussy, bro.
Oh, Jesus, man. All right.
Oh, the humanity.
Damn, I hope I'm not still talking like this when I'm 60-something. All right. Maybe I will be. Maybe I will still be talking like this when I'm 60. All right. Goodness gracious. All right.
What's your pickup line to the women? Smile.
No teeth. You suck pussy? When you got no teeth, that's when they love it.
What year did you start in this spot right here?
1974.
What were you doing before that?
I was in the military. I'm a Vietnam veteran, bro.
So you came straight out the war and you said, I want to make food.
Money, not food, money.
Did that work for you?
You don't know nobody been in business 49 years.
You're a beast.
You know I'm a beast. Now you see who I am. That's who I'm really at right here.
What's your ultimate dream nowadays?
I'm trying to live 115.
Why 115 specifically?
The longer I live, the more money I make.
He's a trick to me. He said Bobby couldn't give me the money. I beat him out of it every day on this chessboard. Get the cookie on the table. He don't care. He's so concentrated.
Man, you can't let this guy be here.
He ain't got no choice. I own him. He a trick. He finna push it over, y'all.
Oh, no. What do you have to say for yourself?
He gay.
This game is over with.
It's a 48.
What's up?
Oh, the humanity.
Oh, no. Sam, he's a legend here. He gay. Damn, and the other dude called him a trick. What kind of trick is he? He called him a trick. What kind of trip? Trick. And then he crushed up the game. He was like, forget it, I lost. He getting beat out of his barbecue money every day.
There's barbecue in there.
And the women beating it out of him in child support. Oh, don't be like this guy right here, man. Don't be like this guy. All right, this is all bad, man. This is not who you want to be. He got the diabetes limp. Here we go right here.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Sam.
Where you?
Sam, shout out to Sam's Barbecue in Austin, Texas.
There's barbecue in there.
Damn, this is a conundrum here. Game guys are going crazy. He said no teeth eating the punani out here. Okay.
Did you eat that cat?
This is a whole mess. All right, I hope I don't end like this.
You grew up.
Austin, Texas.
How long you been out here?
49 years.
So this is your spot right here?
Every day, man.
We heard that you turned down $5 million for this spot.
What would you give up for
$5 million. He made it clear he wanted to stay for the community.
I turned down $5 million. They came with $8 million. If they come with $20 million, I'll be all right. I'll get out of here then.
Where you going?
Yeah, I got 18 kids, bro. We better do something.
You got 18 kids of your own.
Yeah, 48 grandkids.
Holy shit.
13 great-grandkids with 6 ex-wives. I need 2 lawyers and 3 doctors.
You're funny as hell.
This shit for real. Yeah, this ain't funny. This can go in, too.
Oh, where to go in? What made you want to have so many kids?
I thought fucking was a good thing to do. Like, y'all love sex. You're a young man. I'm a young man. I love fucking. I'm sexy. I'm built. I work. I do martial arts. They give me some pussy, bro.
What's your pickup line to the women? Smile.
No teeth. You suck pussy when you got the teeth, that's when they love it.
What year
Oh, the humanity.
did you start in this spot right here?
1974.
What were you doing before that?
I was in the military. I'm a Vietnam veteran.
So you already know he got little linglings and Blasians all running around Vietnam. I'm pretty sure your number count is off. You went to Vietnam, you impregnated a lot of teenage Vietnamese girls. All right, for sure.
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right, he got a ton of kids in Vietnam. He got at least 10 kids in Vietnam, more than likely. More than likely.
So you came straight out the war and you said, I want to make food.
Money, not food, money.
Did that work for you?
You don't know nobody been in business 49 years.
You're a beast.
You know I'm a beast. Now you see who I am. That's who I'm really at right here.
What's your ultimate dream nowadays?
I'm trying to live 115.
Why 115 specifically?
The longer I live, the more money I make.
He's a trick to me. He said barbecue and give me the money. I beat him out of it.
Yeah, he looked like this dude looks like when he loses, he wins. I mean, look at this big head, Rottweiler head ass ninja. All right, this guy right here is bullying Sam out of his money. I don't think he's winning at the game all day. I think when he loses, he still wins, Debo style. All right, this guy right here calling him a trick. All right, this dude wins no matter what the result of the game is.
Every day on
This the ninja that was in the movie Life. You want your cornbread? This ninja. All right, he was in the movie Life. You gonna eat your cornbread? Let me see if I can do it. Let me see if I can pull it up in record time right here. Yeah, there he is right there. I got him. You gonna eat your cornbread? There he is. All right. Nah. You can't have my cornbread. You can't give him your cornbread. You're gonna be ironing his drawers. This ninja right here. Hey girl, you gonna eat your cornbread ass nicking looking ass face ass ninja. All right, for sure. All right, that is a big Rottweiler ass head. You gonna eat your cornbread. All right, don't do it. Don't give him your cornbread. Don't give him your cornbread. All right, here we go right here. Let's see here. Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Another guy with his life just all out of order. This judge, his name is David Fleischer.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
David Fleischer and this ninja. Look at these. Man, my brothers, man. Black brothers, y'all got to get it. Y'all got to get y'all life together, man. You know he ain't this ninja. Okay. All right, David Fleischer. Let's see what this you-know-who is judge is going to talk about. He normally is spit some game for these black people, but let's see what's going on with the judge you-know-who-ish.
You're incapable of staying out of trouble. Just incapable of staying out of trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and now Case number 34. What do we need to do to get you to exercise self-control? All right. You have a job? Okay. That's why. You don't have shisa going on in your life.
Shisa.
And as a result, you have way too much time on your hands. And so you become self-destructive. And what do? Just smoke weed all day? Is that all you do? Really? I'm sending you for a drug test now. You want to bet money on it? You ready to put some money on it? Or, I'm sorry, you want to put some jail on it?
Oh.
Really?
Damn.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
He says shisa.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Who daddy is that? I'm sure he gets a lot of punani. He ain't even got a job. All right. He don't work all day. He's the, you know who his judge says, start with a job. All right. It'll keep you out of trouble. All right. Then he was like, you want to put some jail on it? Oh, no.
Oh, the humanity.
Damn. All right. You want to put some jail on it. That's not what I want to hear the judge say. I don't want to hear the judge. But he's been in jail, so he was like, I ain't smoking weed. Put some jail on it. Woo. That's cold-blooded, man. Hey, man, brothers, if y'all never been to court, stay up out of court, man. You don't want these judges, man. These judges are out of touch. All right, and that judge typically does very well. But you guys got to realize these judges are out of touch. They're protected. They got the complexion for the connection, for the protection. All right, and they're out of touch with what goes on in the real world. They only see criminals all day. Or if they're in the family court, they only see deadbeats and bitter baby mamas. So they're completely out of touch. They are only talking to court-appointed officials and people that work in the court. You don't want to put your hands in these judges. I mean, they're not outside. Some of them are outside. Most of them are out of touch once they've done so many years on the bench, meaning that they'll throw your ass in the slammer, bro. They don't give a fuck. They don't care, man. This is what they do all day long. You. They go to the country club. They, you know what I mean? Hobnob and shit. They do orgies and trains, right? That one judge in Tennessee fucking get girls off the ankle bracelet. They completely out of touch. Yeah, some have a brothel in their courtroom, apparently. All right. They go to the country club, play golf, hobnob, rub elbows, get people to vote for them, and they go back to the courtroom. They be out of touch like a motherfucker. So please, don't, brothers, stay out of court. Stay out of court. This brother said put some jail on it.
As a result, you have way too much time on your hands. And so you become self-destructive. And what do? Just smoke weed all day? Is that all you do? Really? I'm sending you for a drug test now. You want to?
Damn. Oh, shit.
You want to bet money on it?
Ooh.
You ready to put some money on it? Or, I'm sorry, you want to put some jail on it?
Damn. Ninja. Fess up, Ninja. Well, he ain't got no pride. He probably homeless. All right, so you like put some jail on it, my ninja. Goodness. Drug free. He did not buy that for 1 minute. Strago and Sniggle Theater, we have a infield here, and we have a young woman here. This looks like Arizona State University. This woman, I guess a guy's going to ask a question. What's something that you never told your boyfriend? For all those over at locals, this would be called the Spectrum. Pay attention, gentlemen. Class is in session.
Something you've never told your boyfriend?
I had a sugar daddy.
Yo! What's something you've never told your boyfriend?
I lost the promise ring you gave me and I bought a new one and replaced it.
Yo!
Oh, that's innocent.
Yo, what? What's something you've never told your boyfriend?
That I tattooed my ex's initials under my foot.
Yo! What? What's something you've never told your boyfriend?
I had a sugar daddy.
Get him, daddy.
Hey, man, gentlemen, I don't want to hear the shit, man. Look, coach, man, they lying. Hey, bruh, the spectrum is real. I know people don't realize this, and I'm trying to educate people on the spectrum. I'm not trying to expose the spectrum. I'm not trying to defeat the spectrum. The spectrum is the spectrum. Our reality is our reality. But a lot of you guys think that I come up with mythology and come up with these things that are just brothers. And you're like, I can't believe these women are marriage-minded on these sugar daddy apps. I say these are your future wives for a reason out here. It's get them daddy season. Daddy. And then the girl tattooing the ex's initials on her foot. Oh, what does this mean? FJ, it means foot joy. All right. And then it means her initials for her alpha widowism, her Chad. All right, but it's time, man. It's time for people to recognize, listen, this isn't something that is just a one-off. We're getting to the point where this is going to be fairly common, and we're not going back from this. So, Uncle Earl.
I got money.
I have it. Hey, man, listen, that's the type of, she kind of poggish to me. But she probably was a nice flatback 2 years ago. Arizona State style. All right, I'll take it. Tempe, Arizona. All right, there it is right there. I had a sugar daddy. It was get 'em daddy season out here. And again, I'm not trying to expose it. I'm trying to give guys an indication of what's going on out here. Of the abundance mindset of women. They have an abundance of options romantically that they can pursue at one point or the other. Doesn't mean they pursue them all. Some will try. All right, they will try out a variety of ways to pursue romanticism, and then they'll settle for you.
And that's you.
Something you've never told your boyfriend.
I had a sugar daddy.
Not a shock here, guys. And that's a nice little flatback, average, plain Jane. Any older guy would be all over that. That's easy peasy.
I got money.
That's easy peasy. When I tell you, what are your future wives doing? All right. What are your future wives doing? This is not an exaggeration out here. And shout out to the ladies out here on the monetized dating marketplace. This guy that we're going to talk about, Alexander Grace, he is not acknowledged CGA. He knows who I am. All right, he knows who I am. In fact, our channels were highly competitive. Before I got demonetized, I had the same numbers as him, and then I got demonetized, and boom. All right, hold on for a second. All right, but he knows who I am. Our channels were pretty much close in viewership at about the 200,000 subscriber mark. I mean, I was about to pass him up. All right, but these dating coaches are not acknowledging the monetized dating marketplace, and I think that's where the mistake is. I'm acknowledging it for sure. I'm acknowledging that.
Acknowledge.
Not only am I acknowledging it, I'm telling you about it. I'm showing it to you. Okay. I'm showing it to you. Press 1 if you're on locals. Press 1 if you're on locals. Get 'em daddy season is in full effect. Now, these dating coaches, because they want you to buy their courses and shit, they're not telling you about the monetized dating marketplace. All right. Because number 1, they have experience, but they're not going to tell you. Or number 2, they don't have experience. But look, if you're a dating coach and you're not at least telling men about the monetized dating marketplace, you're just going, avoid those women. You're missing the boat. You're missing. And listen, I'm not trying to give them any game. But what they're trying to do is keep you on this rabbit wheel of there's a solution out there. And if you keep trying, they're trying to give you that. All right, locals gang in the building, brothers. All right, I think that's it on Straggle and Sniggle Theater. All right, it is. It's it.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Now, somebody might say, well, coach, aren't you keeping these guys on the wheel as well by supporting you on locals? Well, I want you to listen to me because a lot of guys will say that. You're doing the same thing to the guys on locals. Well, number 1, I had to put and make sure I separated this content from the rest of the content. Why? Because dudes were not ready. Dudes were not ready. Then what happened was I went over to members, which the streams were like, who remembers the first couple of streams I did on this one? Probably the first 10 or 15 streams I did on this. And it literally was like $3. All right. Maybe for you to get a stream for the month. I believe for the month, it was like $3. So I wasn't like, I'm going to try to make money off these guys. I was just like, let me take it behind because dudes can't handle it. There's a lot of immature men in this space and they're hurt. You know what I mean? They don't know what to do and they will try to make this a debate. And I literally took this to YouTube members on the Ask Coach Greg Adams channel. I since deleted all the, I since deleted all those member streams. But of course, I don't have membership over there. And dudes were going crazy. All right. Dudes could not handle the information. They just came over from YouTube and they would come over there. And I was like, okay, we need to figure something out. So I said, let me put it on locals and put it on locals. And it still was a small entry fee. I was like, just pay a little bit. We'll be over here. Dudes was crashing out. Right? Niggas was coming over there. Dudes was crashing out. The Mitches was going crazy. It was air horn season. They was going nuts. And I was like, oh, Lord. So the group itself said, hey, we need to raise the price because we need to price out the Mitches. And there were some dudes taking my member streams and clipping them and then putting them on his channel, like these Red Pill Breakdown channels. They were taking because it was a small price, they would invade the member stream, record it, and then clip it, and then they would put it out, and they would be like, and then it would backfire on them because it would be me being a little bit more like, ranting. And people would be like, oh, I like CGA like this, but they were trying to expose me. So I was like, it was ridiculous. So the group was like, let's raise the price. We raised the price. And then there were just a few Mitches, but they were still in there crashing out. So we had to really price out the Mitches. All right. And so that's why we got it. And the group consented to raise the price. Like they called for the price raise. Okay. Just so you know, the Mitches were coming in there and they could not handle it. And so this is why I did not put it on the regular channel. Then I put it behind members. Then people were trying to stream snipe me and clip farm me. And then the Mitches were crashing out. And then the people were going, you know what? We need to price out the Mitches. We need to go to another level so that they cannot afford to come over there, because the one thing that they will not do is pay. All right. And so that's why we have the group over there. By the way, everybody over there has consented to price increases to keep lowlifes out. Right? That is it. And people are still saying we should raise the price again. Like, that's how bad it's getting, because people were coming over there and they're crashing out. There's not that many crash outs. All right, but that is the reason why it's being sold. The group itself is like, nah, we need to price these people out because they're coming over here disruptive with no solution. They broke niggas, broke Mitch mindset. And that's the reason why there's a cost. The group itself called for it. I was doing it for $3 a month. All right. And people could not handle it. All right. See, there's another guy saying there's a guy in there that is the police in there. 100%. So we blocked out the Mitches. All right. They just wasn't going to handle it. But it's a reality check. But, for most people, they don't, they just want to hear the free information and to disrupt. 100%. But at some particular point, yeah, it will call for a significant increase. So for people who wanted to know, that's why that group has been separated, and that's why the price is where it is. All right. So anyway, we were trying to help, and people don't want help. It's clear as day. People don't want help. They kind of want to bitch and complain. All right. So let me check if there's any other contributors. I don't think there's many because it's the evening show. It's my Cash App kicked me out. What's going on? My internet out? All right. Oh, Cash App them logged me out. Who complained? All right. All right. Shout out to an angry little dude says paying $2K a month to baby mamas, but you help me with my anger. Shout out to you, man. Goodness gracious. $2K a month. Do you have custody of your kid? Paying $2K a month? Man, that will piss you off. Yeah, I think my internet must have went out temporarily. I don't know what happened. Am I good?
New world order.
Paying $2K a month, but I'm helping you with your anger. Yeah, man, nothing will piss you off. Oh, there was an earthquake. Was that what happened? I didn't feel it. That would have been funny standing. Oh, there was no earthquake. Was there an earthquake today? That would be crazy. Oh, 2 hours ago. I didn't feel it. That would be cool if there was an earthquake and I'm standing up. All right. Apparently it was in northern Nevada. All right. So it wasn't that. I wasn't here. All right. Anyway, $2K a month. Do you see your kids? That's crazy, man. I'm going to tell you, man. $2K, hey, man, nothing will piss you off more than child support. Child support will piss you off. All right. Paying child support will piss you off angry, especially when you're paying for like years. Like you got to pay for years and you like, damn, this system is bullshit. How much am I paying for child support? Me? Oh, put it in the chat. How much are y'all paying for child support? All right, yeah, I ain't paying a bitch no child support. All right, a bitch of mine bet not keep a dime. Let's see here. Yeah, if they had an earthquake while I was live on YouTube, that would be fantastic. All right, and shout out to our brother here, Emmanuel, starting his dishwashing job. Let's get into it. And stay out of child support. Somebody's paying $1,300, $1,200 a month. Oof, these are some large child support, plus medical and dental. All right, a lot of people aren't paying child support. $600, $1,000, $1,300 for one kid. All right, 0, and I am no one's baby mom. Okay. All right, my child is 31. Okay. Hopefully you're not still paying child support. We got a lot of 4-figure child support payees. $2,500 in child support. Damn. We got $1,000, $1,200. Yeah, child support. I got off child support. I finally got them to send me a letter that they'll stop collecting on behalf of a baby mama terrorist. We got another $2,500 a month. $540. $950 for one kid, pay $1,400 for 2 baby mamas. Oh man. $700 for 2. Yeah, it's bad news. The child support will eat up your money. $1,400 in Canada, bad news. It's an evil world out here.
It's an evil world we live in.
These men, think of these things. I mean, and these guys will straight up say that they won't give their stay-at-home wife $100. Right? Like, I'm like, you guys can't afford $100, but you want a traditional woman, or you want a woman that don't have a high body count so you can marry her and do what? I was like, oh, I don't pay for pussy. $1,400 for child support. And y'all can't even afford $100. You can't even afford $50 to get on money mindset. This is how bad men are down, and they don't realize it. They don't realize it. All right. He says, I'll take a stay-at-home mom for $100 any day of the week. That's little money. Little money. And dudes were calling her a gold digger. I was like, oh. He says, Ninjas is broke. I get it, man. I'm understanding, but come on, man. You don't need no woman. You don't need a woman if we struggling at $100. All right, because $1,500 a month and kids live with him. I've been there. I lived at 50-50 custody or full custody, and they still was trying to take child support from me. Man, guys, we need to change our mindset up. We need to get up. But child support is one of those things, man. It will make you see red. It will make you see red because they taking it out. They garnishing it. They send you fan mail 3 times a month. Maybe even 3 times a week, reminding you that you're behind in arrearages and that they're going to take your tax return. Right? Child support is the worst thing ever invented. One of the worst. It's an evil world.
It's an evil world we live in.
A woman takes 20 years off of her beauty with life-changing plastic surgery. It seems that I showed this woman before, but now we have the after. Let me go ahead and show you what's going on here. I did show you this video before. We're going to take the volume off real quick. Take a look at this.
Oh, the humanity.
All right, we got jowls being taken off, apparently freckles and stuff like that. That's somebody's old granny. Guys, we talked about this earlier. Women having an abundance. The wall shit ain't going no more. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're going to hit the wall. We know this. But now they have the miracles of modern science. They have makeup and hair. They have the Zoe package going on. Let's show you right here. This woman is definitely going to see the plastic surgery. What did you think right here? Based on, without, oh, man. Wow.
Oh, the humanity.
Okay, so be careful out there, gentlemen. Look at her. Now, damn, she looked good here. I have to admit, she does look good. You can tell she is an older woman. She just looks like she aged gracefully. But, you know something's up because women don't naturally look like that. But this is after the healing is done. And you can see she has gray hair. She looked in her mid-60s without the Botox or the facelift. But without it, she looks late 50s. I mean, it took a good, I don't want to say 20 years. I don't know how old the woman is. 20 years might be a stretch, but she definitely looks good. All right, that plastic surgeon knew what to do. Nipped and tucked her, you know, that neck still, you know, you can still get that neck. All right, but that's pretty good. That's amazing. Yeah, she like, yeah, I don't like my turkey neck. But wow, that is amazing. All right, man. Hey, man, abundance mindset. And look, she feeling herself too. She looks good. All right, she need to get that neck. All right, but take a look at that. So this is like, we don't have this in our arsenal. You know, we touch our face with plastic surgery, they gonna diss us. But this is where women are going with it. They don't care about you niggas and talking about they hitting the wall. They will go in massive amount of debts to do this. And this does raise their sexual marketplace value significantly in a competitive dating marketplace. So let me see if they reveal her age here. All right. So they got that damn music here. Let me see what's going on here. All right, I don't want to hear the music.
Months afterwards, yes, as I was saying, the best things ever, the fact that I get to do my eyeliner now. Yep. And wear necklaces without all of the heavy, you know, wrinkling on my neck. And
you look amazing. You look stunning. You know, you're insane.
Wow, that's pretty good. All right, compared to where she was cooked. All right, she was damn cooked, but she got the whole face done. She got that Humpty Hump nose done. She got the jowls. There's the jowls there. She got 2 or 3 jowls. Frown lines. Definitely. All right. A glow up right there. And then I don't know if she did her eyes or her eyes. You can basically see her eyes a little bit more because they worked on her eyelids. Man, the miracles of modern science. I'm pretty sure she did her Pinani meat curtains too. She got the vaginal rejuvenation therapy as well. All right, her lips look good too. I mean, that's pretty good. And she does have makeup on, a slight amount of makeup. All right, and if she can fix the neck, she looks very natural right here. She looks natural. Man, that's pretty good. I mean, I would say she looks in her 50s. I mean, you could give her, the gray gives it away. So people would definitely put her in her 50s. But she was cooked way before that. So here's the thing, gentlemen. This is what we're talking about here. There she was beforehand. All right, goodness. All right, that's who you hitting. That's who you really hitting. That's who up under that facelift. This is who up under the facelift. You see the recessed chin? The recessed chin. She got the fat underneath her recessed chin. 3 chins, no neck. Okay. That's who you hitting instead of that. Hey, look. Jeez, that's crazy, man. So this is what we're talking about. It's an evil world out here. They playing a different game.
It's an evil world we live in.
All right, they playing a different game out here, brothers. Y'all gonna be like, you gonna hit the wall and you gonna be soggy? And they're like, okay. They go see plastic surgery from Miami, Newport Beach. And they back in the game. They back in the game. All right, what do we got here? We got, is it Mike Majlik? Apparently Duke Dennis is dirty macking Mike's girl. So Mike is known as a gentleman from, I think, Logan Paul's podcast. And look at them white legs. Where the white women at? I like ladies' legs that can fold up like this. All right, that tells me I'm gonna fold your ass up. I'm gonna fold them legs up. All right, and so Duke Dennis is apparently dirty macking Mike Majlik's girl, and he didn't like it, and he confronted Duke Dennis. All right, so let's play the video.
They did like cream with like
Oh, you went to another? They had a race in Miami? This is my first one, so.
Your first time one?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm trying to get a whole bunch of souvenirs. Yeah. Yours tough too, though.
Yeah, I got the cherries and have cherries on my nails.
Okay. Look coincidence.
What are you guys talking about?
Hats. You talking about hats?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, yeah. You guys can just have a conversation. No problem. No, don't touch his arm. Do not touch it. Do not.
Oh, Oh man, Jesus, Mike, relax.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Now, I have to give it to Duke Dennis. It's the girl doing much of the trouble here. He need to get his girl right. You know what I mean? It's the girl doing all the work. Duke Dennis, he looks like he was chilling. His girl was the one out of pocket. All right, and that little you-know-who-ish. Is he a you-know-who-ish? All right, he looked like a you-know-who-ish. He crashing out, all right, over Duke Dennis. Ain't nothing going to intimidate a little you-know-who-ish man than a black man. They got to step side to the black man, all right, because they liberals here. This ninja out here, May Garden, all right, his little piece of calico out here. And look at her. She looking like dumb as hell. Dumb as a box of rocks.
You big dummy.
You know what you doing. You trying to upgrade on the ninja. All right? Look, caught her ass.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right? All Duke was doing was chilling. And it was the girl all up in his grill. All right? And Mike was like, nah, we will not have any of that. All right? Let Duke just chill. And she's showing the nails, the makeup, the hair, all that shit that Mike paid for. All right, she's showing it to Duke. Look at my nails. I have cherry painted nails for the cherry between my legs. She's my cherry pie. And look at her ass.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
She in white woman glee right now.
Gotcha, bitch.
She in white woman glee. I'm not flirting. I'm just talking to him and rubbing his arm and his third leg.
Your third leg was just phenomenal.
All right, and this woman's nasty. She's a nasty girl too. All right, she definitely a nasty girl. So she trying to act like she ain't doing nothing, and Mike knows.
Where the white women at?
All right, Mike knows, and he says, "I'll have none of that." Oy vey. All right, Hava Nagila and Schnitzel. All right, he was like, "What in the? You have some chutzpah." Is he even a you-know-who?
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
All right, is he even you-know-who-ish? I don't even know if he's even you-know-who-ish. Let me look it up. Let me see here. Is it Mash Lack? Let me see here. He is... I don't know. He's from the East Coast. So that's giving you-know-who-ish. He's from Connecticut, New York. It's giving, yes, he is. All right, he is.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Yes, he is. All right, based on this one that I found, he is certainly, and I can hear it in his voice. He's like, oy vey. All right, oy vey. He's hitting them with the, I'll have none of that. Too much chutzpah. All right, let me see here. Let's go ahead and play it again.
The cream one?
Look at them legs, man. Them, she got legs. White men love legs. They love boobies, too. She got legs. She got legs. Shalom. She got legs. All right, shout out to this one right here for sure.
Where the white women at?
And Duke just chilling, all right? But she all in his grill with her legs out. Ma'am, you out of pocket here. This, ladies, this is called out of pocket behavior.
Green one?
Now look at the thing here. All right? So she out of pocket. She leaning in. She got her legs crossed. She's showing the nails, and she all up in Duke Dennis's grill. All right? He ain't bothering nobody. He ain't even checking her, as they used to say. He ain't even studying her. He ain't even studying her. He like, what? And she all in his face. So she out of pocket here. But Mike lost masculine frame here for sure.
Is that a cream one?
Yeah, in Miami they did like cream with like.
Oh, you went to another? They had a race in Miami? This is my first one, so.
Oh, your first time one?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm trying to get a whole bunch of souvenirs. Yeah. Yours tough too, though.
Yeah, I got the cherries and have cherries on my nails.
Okay. Look coincidence.
You guys.
Hey, you talking about hat?
All right, and look at Duke. He's like, don't worry, man. I ain't got your girl. And look at his ninja face. He like, what you doing, you goofy broad? Oh, my goodness.
You big dummy.
I turn my back and you on You on Duke Dennis's poll?
It's barbecue in there.
You know you lost your spot, Mike. All right, he got your girl, and look how she looking. Yeah, this is F1 in Miami, so this is a while back. Yeah, look at this look. Yep. Oy vey. That's what he's definitely saying right there. All right. Never mind. When he ages, he gonna look like well, I can't say it. Kanye, take it away.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
All right. He definitely feeling salty right now. He feeling salty. This ever happened to you? Yeah. All right. Got cold cock block right here. Your girl was going.
Hey, you talking about hat?
Yeah, we're just talking about hats, honey. We're just talking about hats. See, she pointing to the hat. She trying to play it off.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
We're just talking about hats. Duke Dennis, why you covering for her, man? Expose her, bro.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, yeah. You guys can just have a conversation. No problem.
Oh, look at her. Oh. He started touching. She started breaking the touch barrier. You like this? Can you see him? You want to invite him to the house so he can finish me? You want to invite the big bull to the house? All right. Oy vey.
Don't touch his arm.
Oh, my goodness. Don't touch his arm. Hey, man.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
He gonna be crying like Stewie. Damn, he going crazy. Hey, that's what happened to me with that dude's wife. He was like, no. Over my dead body. Hey, man, women who act like this, you out of pocket. You deserve a why I oughta paintbrush. You can go right there. All right. Come on, man. He was like, no. Hey, man, this is called losing masculine frame, Mike. This is losing masculine frame. Your girl got you out of pocket, too. You know what I mean? You got to grab her by the arm. Come here. All right, what is this? And then you're in the corner like this. I told you, not the big black guy. You know what I mean? Just...
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
All right, why I oughta. All right, and she's like, what did I do? Just talking about hats. It's no big deal. Chill out. He's controlling and insecure. He definitely looks controlling and insecure, man. My man going all out right here. All right, ladies, if you doing this, you out of pocket, man. All right, you got no home training if you're doing that. Is he insecure? I mean, he's out of pocket too. He done crashed out because look at him. He getting serious right here. And man, again, when I said this the other day, I said this today. I said women have more abundance than men. And dudes were like, I get it. Not everybody's the same. But in this case, it's true. Mike is Mayguarding that regular looking girl with the nice legs. She looks petite and so sweet. But what is she doing? She has abundance. She can have a conversation with Duke Dennis, conversation with Mike later on. I'll see you later. I got the big black man right here. This is abundance right here. Who do you blame in this scenario? Let's do a poll here. Let's do a poll because I'm telling you who I'm blaming on this one. All right, who do you blame? Who do you blame? Let me see here. I'm gonna get here. Duke Dennis, Duke, Mike, or the legs. Who do you blame in this situation here? Who's out of pocket? Who's supposed to get this situation in order? She did him a favor. I mean, I would take this as that's all I need to see. All right. There's the poll right there. Who do you think the most is right here? We got Crash Out Mike crashing out. We have Out of Pocket Tina. And we got Duke chilling Dennis. Duke is minding his own business. He chilling right there. She probably approached him. He wasn't doing nothing. He probably turned his back. And then she dipped over there real quick. And now he was like, where's my girl? And then he shows up and she's sitting with Duke. And he's like, oh, okay, bitch. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, y'all just talking. Oh, hats. Okay, all right. I turn my back for 15 seconds, and I see you here all comfy and shit. I see you leaning in and touching his arm and shit. All right, man. Yo. Crazy shit. It's an evil world we live in. We have Trey the Truth. Speaking of child support, Trey the Truth is here. Trey the Truth, I would think, is a producer. I know he had that song, Swagger Like Us. I know that was his big hit, but I don't know much past that. But prayers up to Trey the Truth, revealing that his daughter has been missing for months after being taken by his baby mama terrorist. Trey the Truth, he says, I've been going through some things lately. I haven't been myself, and I think it's time that I share the truth with those that don't know. I've been battling with something painful that's got me hurt and feeling defeated at the same time. It says right there, for those that don't know, my child was kidnapped by her baby mama, by her mother, and hasn't been seen in 4 months. It's crazy because I won custody as primary parent of my daughter, baby Truth, back in the beginning of 2024. Holy moly. So there's a lot here, but let's just go ahead and throw this up here. That's all the details that I'm going to read. Seems like a very lengthy post, but a lot of guys suffer from this in silence. There's a missing poster right there. If you guys have any leads, there is a number to call, which is 911, or call any other agencies below. This is in Los Angeles. Okay. It seems to be mostly Southern California and Las Vegas, Texas, possibly where they're well known in the U.S. Marshals. Trey the Truth right there. That's his daughter, and he won custody, and the baby mama skedaddled with the kid. All right, I hope when she's caught, they lock her ass up, because if any fathers do this, they will lock their ass up, and we do pray that your daughters return to you safely, Trey the Truth. And we hate to hear these stories like this, but of course, guys, you know, we have babies with women that we think are going to be the right one. And unfortunately, we learn the hard way. It's really a gamble. It's really a gamble. I know people think, oh, you just had the wrong one and you really weren't in love, and pick who you want. Yeah, no Amber Alert, you see. If this was a mother, it would be an Amber Alert. But pick better. I mean, it's easy to boil it down, but it's just it's a roll of the dice at this particular point for people wanting to know, what's the solution, coach? Guys, this is part of the game. Okay, this is part of the game of romance that nobody talks about. We only talk about the positive game of romance. We never talk about the tragedies. I talk about the tragedies because that's part of the romance that you're leaving out. You can't have romance without tragedy and heartbreak, right? We have heartbreak all the time and tragedy all the time. Sometimes we end up finding someone later on after a lot of errors and a lot of collateral damage. But romance and tragedy are linked, all right, since the beginning. And this is another tragic situation here. Trey the Truth, let me go back to his original post. As you can see, there's a very lengthy post here and a lot of capitalizing when there doesn't need to be. So it makes it very hard to read, and especially if it's against a white background. I do struggle reading things that are against a white background. I would love it to be against the black background like this. All right, you see that? Makes it a lot easier to read. But that's why I'm wearing my blue hater blocker glasses as well. But Trey the Truth right there, 4 months, hasn't seen his daughter, man. I mean, yeah. Hopefully, it says roles reverse, Amber Alert, male bashing. But, you know, and possibly, and I know this, right? I know this. You know what's happening? Is that she has enablers enabling her. She has enablers enabling her. She has grandparents, and she has brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews and cousins and sisters and brothers and networks of babysitters. The kid's got to be in school somewhere, you would hope. And she has people helping. And the reason why I know this is how they work. Women don't just go off by themselves and survive and take a kid. If they do, they damage the kid. The kid's going to be probably missing permanently. So they have enablers, and the enablers got blood on their hand. This is why when these custody cases go forward, I always have to say, a lot of people have blood on their hands. This is when people start to say, well, your baby mama tripping, it ain't my fault. Oh, no, it is your fault because you got cousins and aunts and uncles supporting this, sometimes funding the divorce, the mother-in-law, the baby mama terrorist, grandma, great-grandma. Everybody's supporting this woman, teachers, coaches, all right? And in many ways, he was an abusive person. He was abusive. And you have 50 people supporting this one bitter bitch, and then they allow this woman to kidnap the kid, and then they play a part of that. I hope everybody's arrested in this situation.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yep, aiding and abetting, hiding and protecting, funding, providing money, all right, all because they can't lose out on the kid. Stepdaddies, all right, men that date these women, all right, you too, you mark-ass nigga.
And that's you.
Yep, stepfathers are playing a part of this. Men that are dating them. Men showing up to court on the woman's behalf and don't know even half the story. A lot of people are enabling this woman to be able to get away with it. And where's law enforcement? Like our brother here, Cesar Quintano. A woman kidnaps the kid, you can't get nobody on it. What's the other brother name? Tech Lead. Woman kidnaps the kid, oh, I don't know where she is. Men kidnaps the kid, guess what? They sending out the forces. All right, this is why I had to stand in battle and go to the court and fight it the long way. Because had I just took my son, who was a 17-year-old male, she would have called the police. She would have had law enforcement and Amber Alert. She would have been all on the news. Right? All right, she would have been all on the news and saying, this YouTuber took my son, and my poor son, he's 17. And I said that in my video. I put that in the court paperwork. The reason why she's doing this because she knows if I just say, nah, just go ahead and move, she called the Amber Alert. She called the U.S. Marshals and make a scene. All right, and we seen that with Caleb. Caleb was another situation where the father did that and he went to jail. And the kid is 15. All right. By the way, these bitches ain't shit, when it comes to this type of thing. All right, none of you bitches ain't shit, all right, when it comes to this. And all you enablers ain't shit. I do get triggered by talking about this. All right, you stepdaddies, you punk ass stepdaddies, you fake ass niggas that be dating these women, enabling them. She'd be like, hey, can you watch my kid and pick him up from school? Knowing good and damn well the father want to pick the kid up from school. Then you put yourself in between and sometimes lose your life. Sometimes lose your life. So if you're dating a single mother, this is another reason why not to date a single mother. Why won't you date single mothers? Because a lot of them are harboring fugitives, right? A lot of these women are doing crimes against another man's child, meaning they're putting you in more custody than the dad. The dad wants to be a part of the kid's life, and she said, oh, he a deadbeat. He don't pay child support. And then you come in, and now you picking up the kid, taking them to lessons, and the dad's like, hey, what's up? And then you like, nigga, what's up? All right? And you fighting and don't even know the whole story. Okay, so a lot of you guys, and then you ninjas living off another man's child support, you guys are the worst. I mean, that's why I don't like broke ninjas and broke ninja talk and broke ninja game. All right, ninjas will be like, hey, man, I'm living off another man's child support. I got to do what I got to do. I'm like, no, bullshit. Bullshit, that's bullshit. The man paying child support because the court's keeping him away from his kid and you living up under them off her child support. I mean, these petty ass ninjas. Petty ass ninjas. All right. And then when they get screwed, they like, wow, the system, what's the solution? All right. What's the solution? Mark ass ninjas. Man, I can't stand this. I can't stand this population of people that do this shit to these men. All right. Do we have any more support? I'll stop real briefly to get acknowledgement to the support. We're rounding the corner here. Appreciate y'all, brothers. It's all fun and games until you get got. And now you bitching and complaining on the YouTube. All right, and we do have support. So let me acknowledge the supporters here, and then we'll get back on to the show. It is our brother Matthew N. What's going on, Coach? He says, your show is what wakes me up in the morning and even at night. He says, where there's other shows on, this is still the place to be. Spitting that raw-ism like no one else can. Thank you for your consistency and your dedication. So many blue chips. Gotta join locals. Money Mindset on Patreon. Appreciate you for the support, man. Thank you, brothers, for the support. All right, because who else will talk about this? All right, who else will talk about this? Angry Little Dude says right here, he's the guy paying $2,000 a month in child support. They cry every time we go to court. The judge waives or time. And he says, I think I'm not sure what that says. Though the court would work with me and you got, I think you meant thought. Yes, you thought the court would work with me and you got a red pill. Yeah, man, look, I don't know your case. I don't know the details, but here's my advice. A lot of people will differ on this advice. If you go to court and you represent yourself in family court, you're taking a huge gamble. Now, I represented myself off and on. Like if the case was big, I hired a lawyer. And I went into debt the first case. The second case, I had the money. All right, I just had the money and I put it over there knowing I was going to need X amount of dollars. And I guessed about right. But if you go in there and you think the court, let me just tell you, if you think the court is there to help you, you're out of your mind. I know people that work in a family court, you might think otherwise. If you go in there and you do not fight them with paper and you don't have a lawyer, the lawyer's going to screw you. Fine. All right, take the screwing. All right, there's a pussy penalty that every man pays. We're paying the afterpay. So you're trying to save money, or you might not have the money. But when you go into court and you don't put and fight your case on paper, and you think you're going to walk in there and the judge is going to be like, all right, sir, tell her what's going on. And then you're like, well, Your Honor. All right. See, what had happened was I had her and she said originally that she was going to give me partial custody. And then what had happened was she moved to Texas. And so when I came to Texas, I moved to Texas and then I tried to catch up to her. And then she then told me. And then when I picked her up, she called the police. Cooked. You about to get filet mignon because they're going to cut your ass off. Sir, can you boil this down to 30 seconds? All right. We're not even talking about all that. All right. Do you have a warrant? Do you have a police report? All right. You're going to get cut off. You about to get cut the fuck off. And you're going to be like, yeah, because you had a story and you planned for it. My court date coming up. And you got your whole story on how you about to filibuster the court and talk for 5 minutes straight and iron out your case. It don't work like that. You're going to get 20 seconds in and they're going to cut your ass off.
Now I got to cut you.
They gonna finesse the shit out of you before you even get to the courtroom, because you're going to wait 18 cases and watch people run one after the other, and the judge pissed off, hungry, hangry, horny. Do not go in there think you're going to just express your case to these court officials, child support. They don't give a fuck. They hear this every day. They tired of it. So they like, sir, this is what we want to know. All right, what happened when she left Texas? Well, I waited about 2 years. Okay, why'd you wait 2 years, sir? Well, I didn't have the money because I was working this new job and I didn't have a car. Cook. All right. Well, sir, listen. Those 2 years, it was vital for the development of you and your child. All right. And you missed 2 vital years. Why didn't you report it immediately? Why didn't you come immediately and report this to the court? Why did you wait 2 years? Well, I didn't have the money to hire. Well, sir, listen, your child has missed you for 2 years and now the child's already And then they're going to be like, well, apparently right now the kid is accustomed to the custody schedule of your wife, your ex-wife, and it's been 2 years. Why do you want to move the kid now? Well, what happened was when she got to Dallas, she put me on child support. Oh, okay. Oh, so now when you got child support paperwork, now you want to come to court and get custody. Okay, well, listen, sir. All right, we got 15 more cases here that we got to get to. Is there anything that you want to add to this information right here? Yeah, see, what I want to do is I want to go down to Dallas county and then change the child support order if you give me custody here and move her back to the school that I want to put her in. But it's been, okay, well, sir, I'll take that into consideration. All right, based on these orders right now, we're going to go ahead and give this guy 0 custody, supervised visits for visits in Dallas, that you're going to pay for the transportation of you back and forth. And you do get about 42 hours a year of supervised visit. All right, we'll grant you that. Are you okay with that? You okay with that? Fine, sir. Yes. Oh, no, you're not okay? Well, I don't give a fuck. So you get 42 hours of supervised visitations per year, and you will contact the child protective services to do your supervised visits, and your mother-in-law will be the person that will bring your child to these supervised visits under the auspices of the child support services. If you do want to go ahead and make an adjustment after you do your 42 years, maybe in 6 months, you'll be able to see your kid. Is this going to be good? Okay, hit the gavel. All right, next. Case number 19. Case number 19, and you like, do not go in there thinking they're here to help. Do not listen to these people lie to you. They ain't going to help you do nothing but lose custody. And by the way, they can't give you legal advice. So, all right. Tell me I ain't lying. Press one in the chat if you've ever dealt with these things. It's bad. Abel says, our struggles are not chains. They are seeds for universal growth. He says, let the world be deceived. If it is so desired, I will seek truth, live authentically, and transform myself. That is enough. Abel, let's go. Let's go. Transform yourself. The chains are not chains. They are the seeds for universal growth. 100%, man. Let's get it, Abel. Hey, man. Court ain't no joke. Dude, you ain't got but 5 minutes on your case. Right? They give you 5 minutes on your case. You think you about to get 35 minutes. And then what they might do, depending on the county, they might send you to mediation. And they'll be like, okay, all right, you guys are here. Good. All right, we're going to send you to court order mediation. And we're going to have you go upstairs, and you'll hammer it out. See if you guys can come to a consensus. You're like, bruh, like we got lawyers. We paid them hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're going to court mediation. We obviously don't get along. And they send you to the county mediator, a old woman. She walk all slow. All right. She got her psychology degree from UC Berkeley. All right. So you can go down there and they pull up your case. All right. What do we got going on here? All right, sir. And the reason why they're doing that is they got 11 cases already. Right. So you're not going to see the judge until lunchtime. But you showed up at 8 o'clock, 7:30 in that belly of the beast. But you ain't going to see the judge until 1 o'clock. All right. So they got all these cases and lawyers to get through, and y'all ain't got no representation. They just going to push it out. The lawyers making $500 to $800 an hour to sit and watch all in mediation. You going to pay them $5,000 at the end of this shit. And then they get in more, mediation, and then they going to lie to your monkey ass in there. Well, why don't you want her to have full custody? Don't you want the kids in the house full time? Well, I don't want them. I want my parental rights. I want her to fight. All right. Do you want them to have custody? She'd be like, no. All right. She says she don't want you to have custody. I'll note that to the judge. Is there anything else? Well, she wants child support. We don't discuss money here, sir. Oh, okay. And she want me to pay for my kids' braces and football pads. We don't discuss money here, sir. All right. Is there anything else that you want me to note in the judge here? No, I guess that's it. All right. We're going to note that you guys don't agree on these stipulations right here. You cannot come to a consensus. And I'm part and partial. We're here. I'm not a partial party here. I don't have any bias. So you can agree to this, what she wants, and we can move on, or you'll have to go down and sit back in the courtroom. All right. I'll note it to the judge. Have a nice day. Y'all got to walk back to the courtroom, sit there, case number 5, 6, 12, 30. He said, pay the lawyer. If you pay a lawyer, you'll skip all of this shit. The majority. You'll skip more of it. It's a wicked ass system, man. And it's humiliation. Now, the one thing about it is, shout out to Abel. Women love this shit. This is what you don't get. Women love this shit. They are in love with this process. They like this shit. I don't know what it is, but they can't wait. Because in their mind, you're getting the comeuppance. You're getting the penalty. In fact, we have to understand that women love attention, good or bad. So if you have an ex, a baby mama terrorist, this is her way to get attention from you. Money, energy, attention, and time. So you're not only paying with time off of work, you're paying attention to her because you got to do what she tell you to do. So she dragging you. Women love this shit. Women stand in social services for hours for fucking WIC. They'll stand in a line all day. Kid in his hand, kid holding hand. They ain't at work, nothing. They done called off the boss. I got to go down to the social services. I got to go down to court. I got to go down to child support. They like, what the fuck? Women love this shit. They eating it up. They eating it up, and they got a whole story to tell. And he said this, and I did this. Dude, you wait for mediation 1 hour. They loving it. They just sitting there with their legs crossed, swinging their leg. Like, nigga. You thought you was going to be at work today. You thought you was going to be in out of court and back at your job. Just loving it. Right? But you hate it. You like, what is this shit? All right, come on, man. I got to go to work. I told my boss I'll be back in an hour. All right, back to slinging tacos, but I'm here. I'm going to lose my promotion. This is a distraction. I'm losing money. I'm frustrated. Why am I here? But they're in control. They're in control of you. So as long as they can control you, make you show up, make you pay attention to them, make you come up there and shuffle and tap dance, women love this shit. They live for it. They don't care if they damaging the kids or nothing. They don't give a fuck. Tell me I ain't lying. Just press 1 in the chat if you've ever dealt with any of this, just so you can tell these guys I'm not exaggerating and I'm not the only one. They love this shit. They'll sit at the child support office all day, filling out forms, waiting to talk to the lady, taking a number. They'll sit at the welfare office, the discount for electricity office, the pay utility office. They'll sit there all day filling out paperwork and shit. In her mind, she getting free money. She don't give a fuck. She like, I'm about to get some free money, $800 for this. They don't give a damn. Men, they tell us to go sit down and humiliate us. Do you have your social security number? Do you have 2 forms of ID? Do you have a credit card? Do you have your bank account information? Do you have your last 2 tax returns? Do you have 3 bank account statements the last 3 months? Not to skip them up. Where's July? Somebody asked me for all that. I'll be like, never mind. Let me see a picture of your degree, your kid's report card, and they be showing up. Hold up. They be showing up like this. It just be like this. You want the last 3 months? I got it right here. Yeah, here. I'll put it in a pack. Here's a pack. Here's a packet right here. Here's a packet. Packet. Here's a packet. Oh, you didn't fill out the form. Oh, I got the form right here. I got it right here. I got it. Them bitches be, I got it. I filled that out. I got a copy of that. I got a copy of my lease. I got a copy of the social security card. I got a copy of the birth certificate. I got a copy. Bitches be like, I got here. Put that right there. I got my last kidney. I got my last HIV test. I got the kids. I got the kids. I got his social security number. Oh, I got the notarized copy. I got the letter from my boss. I got the legal statement notarized. All right. You be looking at this bitch like, if you put all this energy into your marriage, you would still be married. If you put all this energy in your relationship and marriage, you might still be married. Look at all this effort you're going through. I didn't get none of this. Bitch, I couldn't even get you to make a tombstone pizza. She wouldn't even make a tombstone pizza. I ain't making it. So I'm like, okay, bitch, you cooked. All right, cancel that bitch. All right, now she putting in work. Let me see here. Let me go through. It says right here, I read this. I highlighted this right here. It says right here on 3B. It says right here. All right, I got a written statement from the police officer. Hey, tell me I ain't lying. Yep, letter from the therapist. The therapist submitted a letter. The child's therapist submitted a letter. Last pay stubs. If they put this energy into their actual relationships, maybe they would be good at relationships. But no, when the relationship ends, they become motherfucking a legal secretary. All right, anyway. Unbelievable. All that because she didn't want to get real. Now she getting real. Shout out to our brother Mikhail Francis. Shout out to all the real dads that had to deal with their bullshit out here. Yep, the kids' school, the principal, the teachers. They got all this documentation. They had time to sit up at the school. Can you write a letter? I'm like, don't you have a job? Bitch don't have no job trying to get $800 a month in child support. But she up at the school getting letters. Up at the therapist's office getting letters. Up at the notarized office getting it notarized. It's like, and the kids meanwhile suffering because she's so focused on getting you. All right, Jesus.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right. Shout out to our brother here. Most people blame the legs girl. All right, the girl was out of pocket. And if you did this, they would call you a loser. If you matched her energy in court, you would be a loser. First of all, if you matched her energy, you wouldn't even have time to go to court. I mean, to work. You wouldn't even have time to go to work. Right here. All this for some extra child support, Section 8 and WIC in EBT. They will sell their soul, kidney, liver, and lungs for $1,250 of free resources, rent vouchers, and motherfucking WIC and EBT. Sell your kids out to the state for some EBT. He said, get a life for real. Get a life. And still the kids all messed up. They got them in after school daycare and granny's house and still fucking niggas on the side selling blood. And I'm like, oh. And then to top it off, they will call you a deadbeat on top of all that. Call you a deadbeat. They have the nerve to part their lips and the words deadbeat come out of their mouths. And I don't know what bigger deadbeat activity you could engage in than bitter baby mama deadbeat activity that I just described. Like, I'm sorry, what? He a deadbeat. He abandoned us. Oh my goodness. These people are lunatics. Shout out to Mikhail, says Coach. I should have asked during Money Mindset, but I thought about adding background music on my YouTube videos. Your thought? I recalled you mentioned that you don't do that anymore because it interfered with you trying to repurpose your content. What do you recommend? Do not put background music on your YouTube. All right, don't do it because, you know, I did that for the first probably 6, 7, 8 months of my videos, and now I can't clip them because there's background music. Now, what if I have the original video, which it would be unedited, which I probably didn't keep, it just depends, then you can do that, right? But once you repurpose the content, it's not going to be good because then the background music going to be chopped up and it's not going to make sense. This is why I always cringe when people put videos on their music. I mean, music on their videos. I'm like, why are you doing that? I get people trying to beat the copyright and just stealing content and making the shit sound dramatic, right? But don't do that. Shout out to Abel Returns to Eden, says, my best advice to men is to hire a female lawyer. Mine was an ex-judge who knew exactly. She knew everyone, and the police were darn right afraid of it. He says, be the polite gentleman, and they will go overboard to protect you. Just my experience thoughts. I've had several female attorneys, and it does neutralize the wife a little bit. It does neutralize the wife. I also had a female attorney that knew our judge a little bit. Like, they knew the system and knew who was who. And they were able to give me details that I don't think my ex-wife knew. And I was like, because these wives think that they're going to come in and tell these women and these female, because I had a female judge for most of my custody. I initially had a male judge, and then he retired. So then I had a female judge. Well, what happens is this female judge that I happen to have, rumor was, she was in a second marriage. So her husband was married before and also pulled the same shit on him. So not only was she seeing this in family court, she was also dealing with this in real life. Baby mama terrorist. So she wasn't really aligned with females like that. Like, you would think a female would be aligned with female bullshit, but no, she's already experiencing the other side of it. So she might be just at least a little more sympathetic towards men, because allegedly in this scenario, her husband was married before. Women don't know that. So they're just like, oh, good, I got a female judge and she about to screw him. But no, right? That's not the case. If you don't know that and you just assume that, you're wrong. And so that doesn't happen. Shout out to Christopher Ward says, no joke, CGA, my ex-wife pulled me out of work to go stand in front of a judge, airing out my dirty laundry. Little did she know I worked where the judge has a vacation house. She was mad when my case got thrown out. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. All right. So again, they go in there, and what they're doing is the playbook. They're going to run the same playbook. All right. He's a deadbeat. He was abusive. He yelled at me. The kids are scared of him. They're going to write that whole shit up. And trust me, gentlemen, I've seen almost probably, I would say 80 to 100 cases, because I had to sit in a courtroom and see other people's cases. It's the same shit. They're all saying the same shit. He was abusive. The kids are scared of him. He yelled at them. Kids need therapy. It's the same bullshit. And they feed it to the kids and brainwash the kids to hopefully maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of them latches on. They are literally saying the same shit. All right. I haven't heard any women come in there and be like, he's a good dad, and I just would like the situation to be cleared up, and, you know, he doesn't have time to work, so, you know, we'll work the shit out. It's never that. It's never that. It's always like he's this and he don't show up and he was late to pick him up. Same bullshit. It's the same shit. Now, you guys got to remember that the judge in the courtroom, they hear this every day. Every day. While in her mind, she thinks she about to say some shit that is normal, that the judge ain't gonna hear, like, oh, do tell. Right? The judge, the courtroom, the court clerk, and everybody, the bitch on the little machine right here, they didn't hear this shit all the time. Every day. They're like, yeah, bitch. I didn't heard it all. All right? I didn't heard it all with them. But what I do see, and this is where I want to get men to really understand. You know what I see? I see men not fighting. I see men ill-prepared. I see them not trying to pay lawyers. I see them coming in ready to fucking get hammered and lose. I see them not dressed properly. I see them they don't have a good, thorough understanding of their case. They're ill-prepared on the court procedure. And they think that they're just going to come in there and talk. That's what I also see, that the majority of men are not ready to fight. They're coming in defeated. I saw this dude come in. His ex-wife had a lawyer, and they had a dolly full of banker's boxes and files. This ninja came in, ill-prepared, folders all ripped. I was like, you about to get fucked. And he knew it too. He knew it. I always came in clean cut, ready to go. I came in with a suit coat on almost every time. Suit coat. Dude, this is how I came in. One time I came in, I represented myself, and another lady talked to me, And she thought I was a lawyer. That's how well I represented myself. And it was a little case. She was like, yeah, how much do you charge? And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, how much do you charge for your services? I was like, huh? And she was like, aren't you a lawyer? And I said, no. So that's how clean I came in. All right, I came in ready to go. I was on like, bitch, this war. All right, I'm ready. All right, I came in because I know as a young black man, as a black man at the time, the judges, if you just come in with your street clothes, a sweater, some sneakers, they're gonna treat you like that. Unfortunately for black men, you guys gotta up the scale. I know it's an unfair game. If you don't like it, move to Cuba. But you gotta up the scale. You gotta make it so it's over and above. All right. I always came in with a suit coat, even though I didn't have a tie and a shirt. I would wear even like a mock turtleneck, a sweater, a V-neck sweater, always a coat over it. Always. They're not going to see your legs, all right? They're not going to see your legs most of the time. The judge ain't going to see your legs, but she is going to see you. So if you come in with your hat cocked and your honor, all right, nope, like this. You come in the courtroom like this. I seen a lot of dudes come in looking like this, getting filet mignon, filleted. All right. A lot of dads came in like this to fight. I was like, you about to get cooked. Always come in ready to go. So I was coming in ready for war, presented myself. Yes. All right. Ready to listen. All that. All right. But, you know, dudes don't want to listen to that shit. You don't think that matters. It matters. All right. King Club. I took my earrings out. All of that. I don't want them to see none of that shit. Right here. All right. You're going to see this. Took all my earrings out, all my extra jewelry, took all of that shit off. Came in with my fucking glasses on. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, indeed. How are you? Yep. You talking to the father of the year right here. You talking to me. Anyway. Well, we have to teach these things to a lot of men because where men are today, you guys think that because you're men, the system's just going to fall down. Well, I'm a man and I'll tear shit up. They don't care. They like to see you tear shit up, right? So they can throw your ass in jail. They need prisoners. Our country needs slaves. Our countries need people in jail. The jails make it so you're always going to be holding to the court. You're going to need to pay bail money and fees and all that. They will throw your black ass or your male ass in jail quickly. The jails are for profit. Most of them are for profit. So the prisons are for sure. All right, but there's a profit system of profiteering going on with throwing your ass in jail. So act up. Go ahead. We'll throw your ass in jail, contempt of court, 2-3 days. Go ahead, motherfucker. Act up. You don't like it? Right? Go ahead, bro. 3 hots in the cop for you. So don't play with the courts. Don't play with the courts. There's a profiting system of prisoners, right? And they get a kick of throwing niggas in jail. All right, they get a kick. Right? They get a kick of throwing your ass in jail. They be laughing and sniggling, right? Watching your ass get walked off and you telling them this and that. And guess what? Guess what? You got to see that judge again. That's the judge assigned to your case. So they going to remember throwing your ass in jail. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You're going to see the judge again. Bank on it. You're going to see that judge again. So be careful. The dude that was in Vegas that jumped over and tried to attack that judge, remember that guy? He literally had to see that judge again. He had to go back in that courtroom and they put a motherfucking muzzle and shackles and chains on that nigga. And she had to be like, yeah, sir, good to see you again. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, remember you jumped over my, Well, guess what you about to do? All right, your ass about to go under the jail. All right. So don't play when it comes to these systems, man. These systems are literally rigged to fuck you over. All right. And they like fucking you over. All right. They live for this shit. So don't play. All right. All right. I can't roll the clip because my stream got sniped because of the attack on the judge. So I can't roll the clip. All right, because it's violence. Shout out to Christopher Ward, says the court system lets you see that men don't give a F about other men. He says you're there explaining and the ninja looking at you like, will you shut up? For sure. They don't care about you.
Silence, you fool.
And they don't care about you at all. Even the men are like, ugh. Why? Because they hear the same bullshit because you guys come in ill prepared. All right, I thought I was going to catch up. Let me do this story and then we'll get on to the main event. 50 Cent out here. Jay-Z is being sued for rape, but 50 Cent out here politicking against another black man. 50 Cent right here leads calls for Jay-Z to lose NFL Super Bowl deal amid rappers' rape allegations. So much for support. There's Curtis Jackson right there. 50 Cent kick a man while he's down. 50 Cent has suggested Jay-Z should no longer help produce the Super Bowl halftime show. And he also says, okay, I don't know what's going on, but are we going to still have the Super Bowl? Yeah, of course we'll still have the Super Bowl. I'm just asking for a friend. Yeah. And he took a brutal swipe at his fellow rapper amid shocking allegations that he raped a minor. Jay-Z and his Rock Nation have helped produce the iconic music event for the NFL end of the season showpiece since 2020. In light of the allegations, 50 Cent has appeared to imply that he should no longer be involved. Who should be involved? You? All right, of course you. All right, so that's interesting. Along with the famous meme that shows him laughing in the car driving away, Jackson wrote on Instagram, okay, I don't know what's going on, but are we going to still have the Super Bowl? Emoji. Kendrick Lamar enjoys a partnership with Rock Nation and is currently scheduled, oh no, to headline this season's Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans. That'd be a shame if they took him off of that right there. And Jay-Z vowed to clear his name after being hit with a civil lawsuit, which he believes has been filed by Busby for personal gain. And I read the thing, so I won't go into it. If you want to watch that, it's earlier on in the early show. And Jay-Z about to learn a hard lesson. All right. Unfortunately, Jay-Z may believe he has the complexion for the connection, or he has the order of protection, or whatever he has, and he think he's untouchable. I think that's what he's doing right now. Jay-Z sounds like he's untouchable, and I don't know if he is.
New world order.
I don't know if he is. I don't know if he isn't, but he's talking like, you can't touch me. I'm different. I'm not like the other guys. You can't just do this to me. I'm here to tell you, I don't think that's the case. All right. You ain't Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson took his ass to court. All right. So Michael Jackson had to be on the limousine. Michael Jackson was like, and then he was like, rock my world. You know you did. All right. So Jay-Z, you can be touched. All right. You can be, in my opinion, they can get you right here. And all they need is this asterisk. So they got the asterisk. They got the court filing. That's all they need. You're going to need Donald Trump to pardon your ass at this point. All right. But right now, he doesn't have a criminal case. You just have a, right? You just have a situation where you're a billionaire on paper. So was Diddy. Right? Yeah, Michael Jackson was dancing for his life. Come on. All right. Ninja throwing the hat. All that shit. So in my opinion, Jay-Z right now early on is like, I'm from Marcy. Right? You can't touch me like that. I'm a billionaire. I got the complexion. I'd have kissed the nanny goat.
New world order.
All right, but nope. In my opinion, you can get touched too. All this allegation can fuck your whole world up. Look at Kanye West. Look at Kanye. They stripped all his ninja money up. Mike Tyson, they took his belt. All right. We still listen. As much as I talk about racism and I kind of be like, yeah, racism. Jay-Z, you a black man in this country, man. You can get touched up. R. Kelly is in the slammer, nigga. They take ninja shit real quick. They will take your shit, okay? The story of OJ. Yeah. Oh, Jay-Z gets it. Yeah. He know. Yep. Muhammad Ali. They will take all your ninja shit. All right. I'm going to tell you, man. Bill Cosby, any black man in America, they will take your ninja shit real quick. Your spot is not secure. A guy told me today, coach, you made it, or you rich, or whatever he said it. I was like, they can take my little shit at the blink of an eye. One ling. All right. And my shit cooked. My goose is cooked out here. Don't think I'm permanently in any spot. Like, they try to take my shit down. Like, they really don't want me to make no money off of this. All right. They really got me demonetized on 14 times. All right. They like, we don't want you to have Nathan right here. And it take one allegation and you cooked. So I'm looking at Jay-Z to be like, wake up, bro. You in a whole new league. When they get to these laws and these lawyers, and not only that, the humiliation rituals, the smear campaigns, the media. You get the media turn against you. You get these sponsors to drop out. You get the NFL to drop out. You going to $100,000, right? From $1 billion. All right. Cooked in rapid fashion. Oh, what they said, Kanye was worth $1 billion. 3 months later, he talked about them who issues, and they said he broke.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
So you in the fight of your life at this point. That's how I would advise Jay-Z. You're in the fight of your life. This is not a joke. This is not a game. They're putting one allegation, and that allegation follows you forever. So yeah, bro. Anyway, I would go to Bali. That's what I would do. I said that about Diddy. Go to where Russell Simmons at. I would be there for 328 days a year in Bali. I wouldn't be standing up against this system. This system is not to be played with, bro. And there's people right here. There's people that they wake up looking to do this to you, to humiliate you and take what you got. And they'll say, your time is coming. And when all they need is you guys know, one allegation turns to 5. One allegation turns to 5. Now that happened to Diddy, he was like, oh, fuck that bitch. All right. And then he hit Cassie with the nah. And she came out. And guess what? Everybody came out the woodworks. One allegation. Now you have 5. And now you fighting for your life. Hold on for a second. He said, yeah, I would be in Bali with it for real. Let me see here. For my life.
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment. His publicist helped calm him down.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're gonna let the camera keep rolling.
This is not, doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're gonna destroy your career.
Hey, look. Nobody's immune. When they decide to put it on you, pause, they about to put it on you. And you, let's just say R. Kelly was telling the truth and everybody else was lying. Guess what? We would never know. We gonna never know about it. All right, we would never know as a people. We're never gonna know. The media is not gonna tell us. They're not gonna come back and say he got an unfair trial. None of that shit. They're gonna tell us what they want us to know. So that's how big the game is. And y'all want to play games? Y'all want to be out here talking about solutions? All right, don't play games out here, man. This is not a game, brothers. All right, good luck to Jay-Z here, but 50 Cent already throwing his ass under the bus. We got main event coming up. Let me make sure I clear up on as many chats that I can so I have all the time to cook. Shout out to Scope says, Coach, one of my coworkers got fired for having what? It must be out of order. Coach, one of my coworkers got fired for having prawn on his work phone. Ninja was married and was hiding it from his wife on his work phone. Coach Alini strikes again. Married men. Married men. Married men in prawn. Trying to hide it from his wife. Elvis says, Jay-Z tried to get 50 off the halftime show. So 50, they've always had a beef. So he was not, well, yeah, I think Dr. Dre finally got 50 Cent on that halftime show. So if Jay-Z was trying to keep him off the show, man, yes, your enemies will pray and pray and pray on your downfall. Yep, bread and circus. All right, shout out to No Government Name says, Coach, you funny. Do that Michael Jackson dance again. No Diddy. He says something, by the way, for something like that. BT, for real, thanks. He says, for waking me up to stop being a sucker for love, ass ninja. Shout out to you. All right, there's no music, so I won't do the dance. All right, appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir. And then, did I get this brother here? Pause. I did. All right, main event. Let's do it. Let's get in here. Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for enjoying this edutainment here. Main event. The main event is going to be dating coach. I'll put rate their Riz on this one because I didn't have a slide. But dating coach right here, Alexander Grace. He's been in this community. What do you call it? Red pill adjacent, dating coach. He kind of goes back to the old PUAs. He's been doing content as long as I've been doing content, and even before that, a couple years. Like I said, my channels were pretty much competitive with their channels until I got demonetized and then just done shot past me and all that. But it's no big dealy. He's been an old dating coach, PUA. He's a good guy. I think he has a British or Australian accent. And he talks a lot about some, how to have charisma and how to talk to women and approach them. He has that, but also a little bit of red pill sprinkled in, a little evolutionary psychology. He definitely an evolutionary psychologist, right? And so he talks about bonobo. I always say bonobos, but you know what I mean. I'm kind of making fun of the evolutionary psychologists, the bonobos and evolutionary psychology and psychology in general. And he does talk about hypergamy, and he's more of an evolutionary psychologist. He'll provide statistics and charts to say this and that. He actually had a funny stream of a woman that made herself a man on a dating app and found out how difficult that was. I did a video on that back in the days. I don't much watch him anymore. However, Alexander Grace, being that he comes from the lineage of the red pill that was more PUA based than MGTOW. Okay, so he's going to come from the approach of you can do it and do this and do these things and strategy wise and understand that. That's his thing here. And so he does lean on the game. He does lead on game, right? Now, this game thing is not the game that we learned in the 90s. This is the PUA game. And so let me go ahead and show you this. What game is, and this is why I'm not a big believer in game per se, because these dating coaches will talk about game, but it'll be a different definition for each course. Like each coach will have a different definition of what game is, which I'm saying, well, what is it? Now, I'm not asking what it is because I don't know right here. Okay. Yeah, he don't steal my stuff either. Yeah, he don't just, I wouldn't claim that he does that at all. He does his own shit. What I'm saying is, it's not that I'm asking what is game because I don't know and need to know. I'm asking to see if you know what game is. So I say, okay, what is game? Tell me what it is. Oh, well, see, if you don't know. So I'll hear all kind of shit. It's about being your best version of yourself. It's about this. It's about that. I'll hear a whole bunch of shit. And I'm like, y'all sound like bitches when it comes to love. No one can define what love is accurately. Meaning like nobody has the same definition of love. That's not what love is. So it's one of those misnomer like romance, love, game. This is all bullshit to me. All right. And I'm telling you, there's a difference between knowing how to talk to women and the right circumstances and cold approach and romantic dating and keeping a woman, all of that, game is just a umbrella term for a lot of things. But I did you a solid. This is not Alexander Grace. This is another guy. And I figured we need a definition of game. So I provided one right here. This is a dating coach. He's going to tell us what game is.
What is game? Well, one explanation or one definition is not really going to get the job done. So what I want to do is offer you some explanations from multiple angles in multiple ways that we can just put it all together and help you really develop a solid foundational understanding of what game is. All right, so if I were to say that someone has serious game in a certain area of their life, I would be saying what? That they have some serious skill involved in whatever area that I'm referencing, right? So I suppose if I had to choose one word to kind of explain what game is, I'd probably choose the word skill. But luckily for me, I can go beyond that, and I've created my own definition for what game is. All right, so my definition for what game is the awareness and the competency of the better strategies of action.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. See, none of these people can come up with the same definition. So my definition of it, okay. See, I come up with clear, concise definitions. I come up with everything. My shit is down here. So I don't come up with, oh, well, my definition is different from yours. But this is what these guys are doing, and I don't like dating coaches. There's not many that I like, all right, because most of them, they bullshitting. Now, I don't want to step on their toes or tell you shit like that, but they ain't doing what they saying. I'm going to just let you know. All right, they ain't doing what they saying. Most of these guys ain't doing nothing about what they saying. Now, they going to come up with this. It's about muscles and looks maxing and money and best version of yourself and blah, 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 blah. All right, I think it's a crack of bullshit. Most of these guys are nerds at best. Nerds, geeks, all right, stealing some pimp lingo and then turning it into a fucking, course, a dictionary. A thesaurus. All right, so anybody knows from a mile away, this ninja does not have game. All right, in the true sense of game, he ain't got it. I'm going to just say that right now, and I ain't trying to diss him, but he ain't got it. What he does have is hair gel. All right, he got a nice head of hair. That's about it. And a V-neck shirt. All right, that's what he got. All right, I ain't believing this nigga out here gonna outgame me any day of the week, and I ain't even the one pushing game. All right, but he ain't about to pick up no, other than the fact that he probably looks tall and got a head of hair, nigga. That's about it. All right, but it is what it is. All right, but let's see what else he's got in terms of a definition.
It's what I feel game is. That's my definition. There are also a few more one-word definitions that I'd like to share with you, words that in many sentences where we're referencing game could be used interchangeably with the word game. So let me share those with you. Game could also be defined or considered awareness, perspective, understanding, preparation, options, choice, and power.
Oh, the humanity.
Now, do you see why I don't like game? This right here, and this is just one dude. I could have pulled up 50 of these dudes, and I could be like, they would have came up with something completely different in order to be able to finesse and finagle their strategy to be able to teach you how to get these bitches. All right, I mean, to me, it's disgusting, all right? And it's so out of date, it's ridiculous. So to me, I'm telling you, man, anybody using that game word is ridiculous because they're never going to have a same definition. They're going to have their own definition, and then they're going to come up with all these other ways to be able to say you're comfortable talking around women. Now, I think men should have game. I always tell you, if you're at the JUCO or talking to any women or networking or social gathering, you better have a thorough understanding of women. Not a hope. I hope this bitch is different. You better deal with her like she a regular woman, like she's in. Do not deal with her like, do not pedestalize her. Do not tell her, oh, you the wonderful, you my type. All right, which a lot of these game guys get caught doing. They're in the infield. Oh, you so my type, baby. And I'm like, that ain't game. All right, but again, since there's no one word definition, since there's no universal definition of game, okay, I don't believe in game the way the dating coaches teach it. There's no one universal definition of it that can clearly define what it is, who has it, and who don't. Now, we can see swagger and we can see confidence. We can see all of that. Okay, yeah, I see that. I see he doesn't have it. I see he does have it. Is that game? They'll tell you no. Well, that ain't it. Well, if you don't know and you got to ask, well, you know. So it's too broad to be able to define. If it's too broad to be able to define, how do you know when I don't have it? How do you know when I don't have it? Right? Because guys will tell me, oh, CGA, well, you just don't have game. Okay, wait, what is it? What is it? Okay, you can see I don't have it. Can you tell me what I don't have? I'll wait. And they won't be able to do it. This is the conversation I'm trying to have with them. And what you will find is they'll tuck their tail and be like, well, it's the mouthpiece. It's the, yeah. All right, I talk for a living, certainly have mouthpiece. All right, so that's not a problem. All right, so let's go to this guy right here, Alexander Grace. He says, we are done. Let's go ahead and hear his video out.
No good females out there to date. These are
Fair
all
use.
trash options. What do I do? I was talking to my boyfriend the other day, and he was telling me that he had such a hard time finding a girlfriend before he met me, and this is why. Tell me if you agree. So he would walk up to a lot of different females. That's basically what he did to me. That's how he found me, okay? And when he walked up to these females, he would say, hi, just like that, and want to start a conversation. He said so many people would just look him in the eyes and either just walk away, like straight up, look at him and just leave, or they would give him like the biggest resting bitch face and then be such a bitch to him that it's like, why would you even want to have a conversation? It's like you're talking to a wall or someone that like wants to stab you in the face.
Yep. And men are sick of it. You can only put up with being treated like you are subhuman for so long before you are just done. You quit, and that is what men are doing en masse.
Statistics show that 48 to 59% of single men between the ages of 18 and 40 have never asked a woman out on a date in the past year.
So I actually want to start out this video with an apology from me to my audience, because there is something that I have consistently gotten wrong over the years. I feel shitty about it, and I want to admit to you guys when I make a mistake, own up to it, say that I'm sorry, and I really mean this. I have rationalized and excused women's rudeness when men approach them for far too long. I focused on the man, I focused on game, and how men can overcome that resistance instead of analyzing that resistance itself and holding women accountable. Let me explain to you why I made this mistake. Understand, I came of age in the 2000s, and so I have never known what it's like to live in a culture where women do show respect for men. Whenever I saw a man approach a woman to try and talk with her, I routinely saw women laugh, ignore him, insult him, or just spend the interaction being rude to the man as a way of shit testing him. I thought that that was normal. I didn't really understand how truly fucked up that behavior was because it's all I had grown up seeing.
Let me stop right here. So in a recent situation, I had what you would consider a cold approach, although I say I don't use it as a strategy. There was a situation where I bumped into a woman, and it was somewhat of a cold approach, and she was a fine flatback. All right, she was a fine flatback. Like she was a knockout type of girl. Let me tell you, man, she was cool as hell. She was cool, but there was no romantic interest. She was just cool. Now, I typically don't cold approach like that, but that wasn't a cold approach. We were just happened to be moving in the same area, and I stopped and talked to her. All right, she was cool. Most men don't deal with that. Most men don't deal with that. They don't get that type of interaction. And even in a sense, she was like, oh, there's no romantic interest at all. All right. But there was another interest where there was somewhat of and then it ended up being a phone number. But I don't use it as a strategy, meaning that I don't go out of my way to do it. And I don't usually do it in big numbers because most of the time you're going to waste your time. For instance, when you use this idea of this is what I'm going to do to overcome the objection, what you're not acknowledging is the poor behavior of the woman. So nobody talks about defense. They talk about offense. I was the defensive coordinator, right? I'm the defensive coordinator. And I look at how women are acting in today's world, resting bitch face, somewhat uninterested, or even if they're talking or smiling, there's no romantic interest. So I'm looking at the disrespectful behavior of women. They're completely disrespectful. They don't, but they're also saying, like, here's a level of disrespect. You're walking, she's walking towards you, and she literally does her best. And women will say that this doesn't mean they're not interested, but she doesn't even acknowledge your presence. Some women get shy. Some women get a little bit uncomfortable. Some women have seen you, but they're just hoping, listen to me, they're hoping that you approach them with confidence, but they give you no indicators. So they want to be like, I want to be in my own world, and then you tap them on the shoulder. Oh, hi, honey, I notice you. That's what they want. And then they get the right to reject you, the right of first refusal. So give it a chance, shoot your shot, but they're not even giving you the decency of respect. And they're also saying they want men to approach. Me as a person that is a defensive coordinator, I don't like that. That is not the way to do it. That is a sign of disrespect. Why? Because I've said this before. Women are not coached to properly anticipate cold approaches, or they're not coached to properly dispose of an approach that they don't want. Especially black women, right? So black women, ghetto women, women like this, they often deal with it disrespectfully. Okay, especially when you're in the trenches, especially when you're young. They often deal with it, put off, you're thirsty, who do you think you are, to give you the third degree, or outright, downright ignore you. You're talking to them, and they're with a friend. You say, excuse me, and they will look at each other and keep walking. See, this is why I'm saying don't cold approach, because you're disrespecting yourself in the process. You're not learning to talk to women. How do you downright disrespect another person like that when they took the initiative to say hi? I don't care if you thought he cold approached 50 women. I don't care if you thought he was thirsty. That's the reason why I think when you overcome objections, you're chasing. And it puts you in the negative. It doesn't make you overcome to know her. It literally puts you in the negative. And this is what he's talking about. He's like, okay, I taught you how to overcome objections, but that's overcoming objections of a woman that's knowing how to play the game, if you will. That's giving you a fair shake. Today's women aren't giving you a fair shake. They're literally disrespecting you like you just knocked on their door and bothered them, like they didn't expect anybody to approach them. And they completely ignored you like, oh, no. And they're like, why don't men approach? Nobody's going to approach you when you're giving signs of disrespect and ignoring. Like, I'm here right in front of you. We're waiting for our drink at Starbucks. Bitch like this. And then she'll go on the internet and say no men approach them. Not even a common courtesy, not even an icon. I'm standing right here. You see me look towards you. They don't want to look at you in the face. Maybe because they're shy. Maybe because they are not interested. Maybe because they want you to enter into their world and realm. But for me, because the women are not given any tools in the cold approach, then it's not a fair game. Right? You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're telling men what to do on the offense. They should be told, there should be a level field of how we deal with approaching strangers. I mean, there's enough of us doing it and enough of us willing to do it. There's enough of us single. I should hear women coaching women on how to anticipate an approach, how to properly dispose of an approach, how to, don't waste your time respectfully, how to do it but I don't see that. I don't see enough of that. All I see is men going on the attack and then developing these skills to overcome something. And the woman completely is out here just feral. But you're here with trained this and that. And you got to understand, but all women are different. Not all of them are the same. This is why I tell you, a little give and take. It should be a little give and take where the woman, like previously, women would drop their books. They would wait at the door, right? They would acknowledge you. You would tip your hat. They would wink. You know, there's a lot of things that people can do. She drop her napkin. She roll her pencil off the desk. These are all things that people have done previously to acknowledge interest. So just to make sure, okay, I didn't do anything. I don't know why you're interested. Wedding rings, engagements, these were all things that we agreed to do in a world that made it a fair game. Today, these bitches can record you, call you thirsty, downright disrespect you, ignore you, snap out at you. I'm tired. It's the 9th nigga today. Right? You open a door, they whoosh in and don't say shit to you. Then you think, I better shoot my shot. And then you walk up to her after one sign of disrespect and get another one. You see what I mean? Like, this is why I say, and this is what he's saying, is that, guys, he was not acknowledging the woman's shitty behavior in this. So where men said, you know what? I'm not going to approach anyone. You know, you an incel and you ain't just got no game. Well, that's not the case. I'm pretty charming. I'm charismatic. I'm a gentleman. And I get a lot of this type of behavior. Like, this is what I get normally. And I've heard women when I tell other women this, they be like, oh, she was interested in you. Again, this is not fair, but this is what I get. I get the look around, all right? The look around, the look through me, the walk past me, act like I ain't there. Where I'm walking on this side, she just like this. Bitch just looking over there. It doesn't matter the age or anything. Most of the time, the bitch is just completely ignoring me. Right? Now, in that case, anybody, if you cold approach a woman ignoring you in your personal space, in a small space, that's not a cold approach. Now, some women are like, she's intimidated by you. She really was interested in you. And then they got you out here getting crushed, right? Running your game against a person that's completely ignoring you, because women ignore men they're interested in, right? So they say that's a choosing signal. So when you choose, you get that as a choosing signal and you tap her on the shoulder. Oh, I got a boyfriend. Again, what I'm saying is they're not playing the game fairly for you to play it. Guys that believe that's a choosing signal will end up getting rejected. Hold on for a second. Just so you're going to get rejected 295 times on that alone. Not only that, you're going to get a sexual harassment, sexual assault, because the woman's like, I didn't say I liked him. He just came up to me in the middle of the day. Ninjas approaching women at night, tapping them on the shoulder. This is what he's talking about. He's like, these women are not playing any game. They're literally doing what they want in the wild, and you're supposed to just figure it out. This is not good overall, and this is making men drop out. So what do you do now? You go to your dating coach. Coach, what if she walks past me and completely ignores me? Well, she could like you, or she could be avoiding you. Okay, here we go.
Like, a fish doesn't really know what water is because he's spent his entire life just swimming in it. I thought that shit tests and rude behavior were normal, and that it was perfectly natural for women to treat men badly, to say rude things to him just to test him out to see if he's confident enough to push through that resistance. In fact, one of the first videos that I ever released on this channel back in 2017 was me at the beach going up to women and asking them about this phenomenon of shit tests.
Have you ever given a man a shit test before?
Probably. Every time. I think I give men shit tests every day of my life.
Yeah, and so this is, again, this is a reality. So all of those choosing signals are also shit tests. Right? Let me see if he's going to approach me. All right, he didn't approach me. Fuck him. All right, oh, he did approach me. Well, you know, shit test. More and more. And then what our dating coaches say? Overcome objection, overcome objection, overcome objection. And she playing the game with you. Right here. She just playing the game. She ain't got nothing better to do. Let me fuck with this guy. You know how many objections you're going to have? Then you finally get the number. Hopefully she returns the call or the text. Oh, he didn't text. He didn't call me. He texted me. Nah. Like what? Or you call. She wait 3 days to return the call. Oh, I've been busy. You know why you get that? Is because you approach and pedestalize her And she like, fuck it, he'll play a game. Let me play a game with this guy. This is why I say game ain't for grown men. Because now she's going to play a game with you. Oh, he wants to play the fun little game. It's kind of like when you have a dog or a kid, and the kid ain't yours and the dog ain't yours, and you holding the ball and the kid's like, throw it, throw it. The dog's like, throw it, throw it. They just want to play a game. So you cold approach them. Now you're going to play a fucking game with her. Who's going to call? How many times going to call? Who's going to double text? Who's going to do this? Is the number real? Is the number fake? Right here. So they're acknowledging, oh, okay. You want to talk to me? Let's play. Shall we play a game?
See, I knew that this was real. I saw how rude women were when I was younger, but I never stopped to ask the big questions like, is it okay to treat men like this? Why do women feel so entitled to be so righteously rude and dismissive? I was young, I was horny, and my mind just didn't think in terms of those big questions yet. I wasn't philosophical, I was just practical. Women are rude when you try and talk to them. Okay, that seems to be just a fact of reality. My only thought was, well, how do I overcome that? Like, if this is a game, what do I need to do to win? I was very ambitious, and when I discovered the seduction community with like pickup artist techniques, learning about game with detailed instructions on how to pass shit tests, frame control,
This is all nerd game, by the way. This is all nerd game. All right, just to tell you, most of the guys saying this shit is nerds. All right, 9 times out of 10 is a fucking nerd. All right, so just so you guys know, only nerds sit around describing definitions and writing shit like this and talking about bonobos. This is all nerd shit. And I can tell you, 10 times out of 10, none of these dudes practice what they preach. All right, none, zero. None of these ninjas practice what they preach. All right, so most of these ninjas in relationships and marriages. All right, telling your ass to go out there and get rejected by 300 people. All right, just so you know.
Flirting. I thought, great, okay, that's what you do. So I learned it, I applied it, I got very good at it, and my dating life took off. But I can see now that that's actually been my blind spot, and that's the reason why I'm apologizing. Because I couldn't see past my own experience. My focus had been exclusively on how to pass shit tests. My focus was not on whether or not this behavior from women was actually appropriate. Now, longtime subscribers of this channel know.
Bruh, I said that a long time ago. I said, you know what dudes are being trained to do by dating coaches? I said, they're trained to handle abuse from women. I said this a long time ago with these nerdy ass dread game and masculine frame. I'm like, they're trained, men are being trained to handle abuse from women. And this guy is finally catching on to it. I'm like, you guys are literally acknowledging that women are abusive as fuck, right? And we supposed to overcome it with some masculine frame and dread game. We supposed to do all this bullshit where the bitch can act completely out of pocket, act goofy, right? And a lot of these guys know because you argue with these same women. All right, be like that then, bitch. And you gonna do calling them names and attack. You're learning how to deal with abuse from women. This is exactly what he arrived at. And I arrived at that conclusion 4 years ago. I said that 4 years ago and nobody wanted to listen. So we supposed to get shit tested and abused and play like a fiddle and playing her game and then overcoming objections and dealing with a funky ass attitude and telling she gonna come over, then she cancels. This is abuse. Because if we did it to women, they'd be out here crying, right, about how these men doing them shitty. Yelling at you, screaming, arguing back, and you got to learn how to keep your frame. You got to learn how to keep your frame. That's called abuse. You're accepting abuse. And I've been saying that, and now it took him years to figure that out, that these women be having shitty attitudes and playing games with you, and you trying to figure out how to overcome abuse. All right, oh no.
That this issue has come up lots of times before, probably in 4 or 5 different videos. You guys have roasted me in the comment section, which I deserved, but even getting that feedback, I couldn't see it. I didn't understand why men were frustrated with me. Like, I was sincerely trying to help. I was explaining the psychology of why women are rude to men, the evolutionary basis, what purpose they're serving, what they're looking for in men. And then I was giving instructions on how to successfully move past that rudeness. business. But then there'd be a bunch of guys in the comments saying, why should I have to put up with this in the first place?
Facts.
Why is it okay for women to be rude to me?
Let me tell you, man, at the JUCO, there's none of this because money talks, bullshit walks. I don't deal with any of this. All right. You go to the next level of this, you master it. I don't deal with any of this. I don't have to deal with cold approaching. I don't have to deal with games. I say show up, they show up. If they don't show up, they done. Okay? I don't deal with double texting and hey, you busy and what you doing. I don't deal with any of that. No text game. Anybody that knows on locals, it's right to the fact. You seen, I showed you yesterday's Sunday's locals. Right to the fact. It was message, peace, leave, getting partied. Right? Just like that. Now, ninjas be like, well, I ain't paying. I refuse to pay. Well, go ahead and deal with this. This is your choice. You're going to deal with this or you're going to go over there. All right? We're not going to get it. Everything's business. I'm not out here for fun and games and pleasure. I'm a grown-ass man. I get right into it. Let's conduct business. Business right off the top. All right, let's go. This is the deal. This is the date. This is what we're wearing. This is where we're going. If she says, oh, I don't know. Okay, next. Right here. Next. All right, we ain't got no time to play, man. We grown out here. Okay, but I'm not, men aren't punching bags where we supposed to just be standing in there and taking jabs and punches and uppercuts to try to get a piece of pussy. Talking about you not paying. All right, so, there's a way to do it. People don't say I have solutions. I'm giving you mad solutions here. But, dude, men that put up with this, I'm like, you're paying. You're paying big. This is a humiliation ritual right here. Let's let them continue to cook here.
But I just kept focusing on the practical. And sadly, all of my explanations for female behavior, it just sounded like justifications, excuses for women's disrespect.
Facts.
All of my advice on how to overcome this, it had the effect of making men feel like I was just ignoring how outright unpleasant this is to deal with. Placing the responsibility on men once again to do the work. Doesn't matter how rude women are,
Facts.
how ridiculous their standards, how entitled their personalities. Men, it's on you to find a way, to suck it up, to figure it out.
Be a man.
Guys, can you ask us out in person? No more DMs, none of that. Girls love to get asked out in person. It doesn't happen anymore. Please come up to us. We're nice.
Yeah, this is, dude, do not fall for this. See, they're doing that now because they have an over an abundance of ninjas and thirsty ninjas in the DMs, and what they're not telling you is they still fucking the DMs. They're also not telling you that the DMs and the dating apps, they have a what do they call it here? They have a paradox of choice. Meaning that it's not that they're not getting good men in the DMs and on the dating apps. They are just frustrated with the choice. Meaning that they get on a dating app and they get 1,200 matches in a week. They freeze and paralyze. So they're like, let's make this easy. Just walk up to me. And good and damn well, the wrong person is going to hear that, walk up to that muskrat and get shot the fuck down. You already know. So the wrong person is going to hear it. You're going to walk up and she's like, oh, that's cute. All right. Don't fall for, dude, I'm just telling you, don't fall for this. This is just them pivoting back to try to gain control where they lost it. They lost control of Chad on the dating apps, so now they trying to get Chad out in the free air. Go outside. Just walk up to us. Approach us. We're nice. Nice is nice, all right? But that don't mean I'm getting laid.
The worst we're going to say is no.
The worst we're going to say is no.
Months later.
Like a lot of world problems would be solved if men just
cease to exist?
Yeah.
I know that some of my past videos on this topic have really pissed off some guys. All I can say is that I was sincere, and I'm sorry, I did not see it. That's how it is with bias and with blind spots. You don't know what you don't know. But let me tell you now that I can see it. I see it very clearly. This dating market is fucked up. At its core, the whole thing is fucked. We have allowed our culture to degenerate to the point where women feel like it is okay to treat men women with disrespect, to be rude, to be insulting. A kind, polite man says hello to you, he's being friendly. It's fine to just ignore him or just be bitchy for the entire conversation. No manners.
I'm telling you, that is the big one. I mean, that's the big one that most men face, where she just ignores you like you ain't shit. Like, now, again, I don't experience that much because I can read the signs from the rip. I ain't about to get disrespected out in public. All right. But they just be like, and then it's worse if you get a ghetto drag queen and she be like, nigga, who are you? Like, come on, you bothering me. Can't you see I'm at work? What the fuck? And what kind of shoes you got on? But then they'll be like, why don't men approach? All right. It's a very, very bad situation where I think this is my solution. The women need training on receiving approaches as much as men need training on doing approaches. That would be a fair game. That would be a fair game. Other than that, no, that ain't a fair game, right? That ain't a fair game. A woman will be walking around here single, titties out, pussy knuckle out, and then we'll call you thirsty and, oh, you're nasty, you're a creep, disgusting. And that's not me. That's just a normal, regular guy. And then or ignore you, disrespectful, shoot you. And it's like, man, what are we doing? This is not the proper way to do it. Where then the only solution is to tell men 95% chance you're going to get shot down. Let me show you this video by the Bulldog Mindset. Right here.
What's up, Bulldogs? Sorry, I just had to respond to a comment that someone did on the video. I was talking about picking up girls at 40 with braces, and he said, I'm also 40, 5'5", a bit overweight, still getting in shape. He said, tried 2 times. Each night I went to a nightclub, got rejected in all of them, and each rejection hurted. I like the way you said I lost confidence, and I was never confident to start, but arrogant, all right? However, it's natural for low effort to bring low results. I need to put high effort if I want high results. So I just wanted to make this just quick video to talk about this real quick, because he said here he tried 2 times each night. I know a lot of you guys don't get this yet. The amount of no's you're gonna have to get, the amount of rejection you're gonna have to face in life to be successful, it's way more than you think. The problem is you think it's gonna be so easy, or not even easy. You think it's gonna be hard. It's not hard. It's extremely hard. It's 10 times harder than what you think. It's 100 times harder than what you think. I deal with this all the time when I'm coaching guys. And women in business, they're very similar. Here's what you have to understand. In my prime, when I would go out to a nightclub, I'm not talking to 2 women. I'm talking to 30, 40. Initially, when I was first learning and getting started, and yeah, you get a lot of rejections. It's not even a rejection. Like you count it as a rejection. It's not even a rejection. It's just a not interest, or just not now, or not this time.
You see how nothing's clear. It's a lot of, yeah, it's all over the place.
Or whatever it is. You don't know if she has a boyfriend or what the circumstance is. You can't even take it as a rejection. But my point is, you think 2 times and you get rejected. You didn't even try. You didn't even begin to try, right? I mean, if you're serious, right? Go out to a nightclub and talk to 30 women. Try to talk to 30 women. Now you'll have a decent sample size. And hey, you're probably gonna get a couple of positive reactions from that, right? Maybe you...
Okay, so again, I mean, listen, I'm a grown ass man. I'm 40. I'm not approaching 30, 40 women. Bruh. For a couple positive reactions. Again, when men say they don't pay for pussy, I say you're wrong. Money, energy, attention, and time. I'm going to throw attention and time and a whole bunch of energy to go to a bar to talk to 40 women to learn how to talk to it. And I'm going to get a few positive reactions. Now, I would rather tell men that if you engage in this, you crazy. You are crazy. All right. You're not going to get to learn how to talk to women, dude. I'm telling you. And I'm going to tell you, dude, women are the bouncers go escort you out. That was my next point. After about 10 women, you're going to get tossed out of there. All right. Because the women are going to start saying, look at this sleazy piece of shit. He's talking to all the women. And he's running the same shit, and he getting rejected and rejected and rejected. You're not going to get to 30 or 40 women in one bar or one nightclub. You getting tossed. You're going to have a reputation, a stain on your name, and the women going to see you coming. They're going to already have played the game of phone call, and they will know you before you walk up to them. All right, so All right, so a few positive interactions for 30 or 40 approaches.
You get a really good reaction, but maybe you get nothing that whole night. And then you go out another night and you talk to 30 more and maybe you get nothing. But that's what it takes. And you might say, well, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. I get it. Okay, but that's how life is for everything. It's difficult. It's rejection. The amount of rejection you have to face is more than what you think. You're giving up too damn early. You go to the nightclub, you talk to 2 chicks. That's not even drop in the bucket. I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just trying to get your expectations set correctly so you understand. Do you understand what I'm saying, why I'm making this video? Because you haven't even tried yet. So many of you guys, you think that it's easier than it is. Your definition of hard is not even hard. You don't even know what hard is. You think you're putting in the work. You're not. You're not putting in the work. You're not. It's not even close. That's why I love Grant Cardone's book, The 10X Rule, because that's a slap in the face. That's an eye opener. He says in the book that your goal needs to be 10x bigger than what it is, okay? That it's gonna take you 10x longer, 10 times longer. It's gonna take you 10 times as much money to do it, right? It's gonna be 10 times harder. These are multiples. It could be 100 times more difficult when you multiply these things together. Again, this is not to discourage you. I know it sounds discouraging. It's encouraging because I'll tell you why it's encouraging is because most people won't do it. And the people that are successful, you should have a lot of respect for them, unless they got really fucking lucky. Some people did, but most people didn't. They did the work. They did the reps in order to do that. Let me just wrap this up by saying a couple of things here. If you're a guy, a single guy, and you're trying to date and you're trying to pick up girls and you're trying to get good at doing that, I don't care if you're trying to do it because you just want to have fun or because you're looking for a girlfriend, whatever it is, you need to try harder. The reason why you're black-pilled, the reason why you believe the things that you do, why you think it's all chads and only looks and all this stuff, is because you haven't tried, because you don't have.
I mean, he said this about 50 times. You haven't tried. You haven't done the work. Keep trying. I mean, that's pretty much the consensus I'm getting right now. I mean, there's only a couple more minutes to go here. There's about a minute left. All I've got is you haven't tried. Okay.
Have a realistic idea of what it actually takes. You haven't grinded it out. You haven't pounded the pavement. So if you really want to succeed at this, you got to go out there. I did a video a while back. I said you have to talk to 300 women. That's not a joke. That's
300 women. 300. I told you I wasn't joking. There was a video of a guy telling you to talk to 300 women. 300 women. Type 300 in the chat. 300 women. And what time frame are we talking about? 300 women.
It's true. Maybe you could do better than that, but in your head you have to say, I'm going to talk to 300 women before I get a date, before I get
300 women, one date. 300 women, one date. This is a dating coach. For one date, I'm going to talk to 300 women. I don't know the data on that. That sounds like a 99% rejection rate. Now, I'll be damned if I tell you to, well, that's not a 99%, all right? All right, 300 to 1, a 0.3% success rate. I will be damned if I ever fix my face to tell any man to approach 300 women for one date. That is horrible, dude. I would tell you to go do some push-ups, grow a beard, all right? Do some air squats, get some money, all right? Do something. Go get a job, a second job. There ain't no fucking way. If I'm getting one date out of 300, I must be the biggest piece of shit. If I started cold approaching now, I definitely will get 1 out of 5. All right. And that's because number 4 and 5 going to be a 49er. I'm going to get 1. All right. 1 out of 5 is that's what my odds looking like. All right. maybe 2 out of 5. I'm pretty good. All right. I have good conversation. All right. So, but I don't call it game. All right. And I certainly don't. I know most men don't have that. So my thing is 399.97% failure rate. Start a business. Go to a networking group. Go to Toastmasters. All right. There's a whole bunch of other things you need to be doing. Is if you're getting 1 date out of 300. All right, this is what I'm talking about. This is the stuff they're telling you. Try. You ain't trying. Go out there. 30, 40 a night. 30, 40 women a night. Do anything else other than that. There ain't no cotton picking way that is the solution. Right? There ain't no way in hell that's the solution to learn how to talk to women. If you losing 299 out of 300, there's something else wrong with you. There is something else wrong with you. There ain't no way in hell that you just ain't figured it out and just ain't. No way, bruh. No way. Work extra 300 hours and your shit gonna change up real quick.
No etiquette, no respect, no affirming of his right to dignity. That's fucked up. It shouldn't be this way, and it doesn't have to be. Yes, you can looks max like crazy. You can learn game. You can become the perfect seduction guy who knows every little trick. Perfect frame control, the ability to successfully navigate through all her blockades. And then maybe you might be lucky enough to find your way into a conversation where she is being friendly to you. But that is a ridiculous standard to hold men to.
Facts.
Why isn't being kind enough? Why isn't being friendly and respectful enough? I can imagine an alternative.
Because it ain't. All right? Because these bitches is fucking who they want to fuck. They got abundance. And they got standards. So this is the world we live in. It is what it is. All right? I don't think women should talk to you because you're being nice. I don't believe that. But I believe there's a good way to dispatch you, right? There's a good way. Hey, listen, I appreciate your attempt. I really do. Now, ladies, if you're getting approached by 50 guys, you need to ask why 50 guys are shooting their shot at you. Is it something you're wearing? Is it a message you're sending off? Are you outside too much, bitch? All right, there's a whole thing. Well, these men just approaching me all day. All right, you're in the wrong environment. You're around a lot of broke mouthpiece niggas. There's a reason. You look like a prostitute. Because women that are dressed the right way, they don't have 50 guys approaching them a day, right? But you looking like an IG model with your ass out in some damn soft booty shorts. Yes, you're going to have 50 guys, but I guarantee you put on a dress. Guys going to come up to you respectfully. The guys that do come up to you, they're going to be like, hi, madam. How are you, lady? My fair lady. They're not going to hit you with the, hey, what's up, baby? What's up? They're not going to hit you with that. So if you're a woman that says, well, these guys just keep approaching me and I just go, you need to look at how you're presenting yourself so that then you're not irritated when men are approaching you. But there's a lot of women looking like prostitutes out here complaining about men approaching them all day. Now, that doesn't mean because you dress modestly or you dress respectfully that men are not going to approach you, but watch them switch up their approach. There's men that going to be like, ooh, that's a lady here. I don't know if I could really just tell her. They're going to switch up their approach, or they're going to start tipping their hat and shit. I actually had to tell an older woman that one time. She was like, why do these guys, and she had big fake titties, Mexican woman. And she was in good shape. She married rich and recently got divorced. And I told her, put on a dress. And she put on a dress and she said, you know what? You were right. As soon as I put on the dress, men started approaching me respectfully. They stopped having sexual innuendo and stuff like that. But of course, some women want sexual innuendo. They want these Pookies and Chads and Tyrones. But as soon as she said, as soon as I switched to a dress, men start opening the door for me. They start being polite. They start tipping their hat. They start talking to me respectfully. So if you're a woman that's fed up with every man that approaches you, look at how you present yourself. Okay? It is what it is. So then you're not snapping off at guys. But, I think women should, in this dating game, they can't be saying, guys, approach us, and then play the lottery. Dismiss, creepy, okay, maybe, yes, right? And then you're around a lot of bum-ass ninjas. And bum ass ninjas are going to chase anything. Let me see if we can finish this up because I got to go.
Alternative timeline where boys and girls were all raised in healthy families. We live in close communities and everybody has positive self-esteem. Where once you become a man, if you approach a woman at an event, have a conversation with her, maybe ask her to dance, even if it does not work out between the two of you, there is no attraction. At all times, the woman is kind and friendly to you.
That's a pipe dream at this point, but I also believe in social circle. Like, I don't believe in no talking to women. I don't believe in no approaching. I believe social circle, common interest, hobbies, warm approaches, warm leads, hot referrals. I believe in that. And that means that you do have to learn how to talk to women. But if you're playing this quick place of, hi, how you doing? Okay, shot down. Hi, how you doing? You're never going to be able to develop a rhythm to talk to women. You have to go to places where you might be in higher status or higher, you're in higher esteem in your social circle, right? It might be a broad circle, like a college campus. You're in higher esteem. You walk in, people be like, hey, CGA, what's up? Now, all of a sudden, approaching a woman is going to be way easier because you're held in a higher esteem. That means if you're not, instead of approaching 300 women, learn to get into a higher esteem in your social circle. If you're low on the totem pole in that social circle or that networking group, you're going to get roasted in there too. Well, that's easy for you to work on, all right? Then if you're held in middle or higher esteem in that group, you're going to be able to talk to a lot of women. You're going to believe, at least put your card in, and then there in that social circle, she can't pop off. She can't call you a creep because the intention there is to talk and mingle. Okay? She can't be like, you thirsty, you starving, you desperate. She can't be a bitch. She can't be a bitch and just write you off. You guys just all the same. She can't do that because now you're in a situation where she has to actually have some honor, integrity, and respect as well. And she can't play shit test with you either because there's a price to pay for that socially, right? And that doesn't mean just in a small social group. It's a big social group. It could be college campuses, any other networking group. So she's got to play the game. It could be at a football stadium, a baseball stadium. There's common interest, there's common conversation, so that can lead to a better scenario as opposed to just approaching bitches left and right, 20, 30. This is not going to help you. It's not going to help you. But, of course, I can't sell what I'm telling you, so it doesn't make sense. I can't say, line up for my dating coach program. But if I just send you out to bars and constantly reject it and come back, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? Go out to this bar, 30, 40 women, you get rejected, 99.97% failure rate. Come on back. Let me see what you can do better. All right, so, this is where I think the game is messed up. And I'm going to tell you, we actually had a society where people had cotillions. This is an example. A cotillion is basically a social gathering where they teach young people how to approach. So again, dating coaches tell you game only works on broken women. That's Rouge V, one of their kings of game. Game only works on broken women. So when you're in a cotillion, 3rd, 4th grade, they get kids together and they teach them how to dress and teach them how to put on their dresses and their traditional garb and their gentlemen. They teach the boys how to pull out chairs. They teach you how to deal with silverware and fine dining. They teach you how to be respectful. Hi, madam, would you like a dance? All right. They teach you all of that shit. That's a big deal. I think we've lost that in our society because a lot of us come from broken people and broken homes and shit like this. And they're listening to pimps and game coaches and PUAs and they're preying on men. But you don't have background. You don't have socializing. You don't have social skills. You don't have social circle. You don't have shit going on but chasing pussy. And that's where you're going to deal with high rejection. Because other societies, other cultures, they got organization. They got kind of like, okay, yeah, nah, don't come here approaching 40 women. Dude, there's some places that if you go to their neighborhood and you're not from that neighborhood and you approach 40 women in their gym, in their nightclub, in their bar, you're going to get knocked the fuck out. You might get drug out. This is what dating coaches don't talk about. Now I'm fighting. You know damn well what I'm talking about. You're not from that neighborhood. You pull up, total stranger, and you walk in, no etiquette, no nothing. These communities got etiquette. I guarantee you, if I go to a higher esteemed neighborhood and walk into a location, an Irish pub, and I don't know nobody. I'm just some dude, 5'5" dude with braces, 40 years old. And I just start walking up to all the bitches, and these niggas is like Cheers in there, where everybody knows your name. Dude, they gonna be like, man, drag this nigga out to the back. Right? You gotta remember, when it comes to women in some of these social gatherings, dances, nightclubs, there are people that know people. Don't think that because you're a stranger to everybody, everybody else is a stranger. Everybody knows each other. They messed around. There's relatives, there's people, there's neighbors. And you're just going to walk in and, I'm going to show my game. I'm going to work on my game. You might get drug out of there, bruh. And I'm not exaggerating. You talk to the wrong woman, reckless, and she tap Cartelo Carlos on the ninja. You cannot just pop up into someone's spot and not do no recon and just start talking to the bitches like these are just loose bitches with nobody to talk to. There's a lot of married women in there and people with couples, and now you just tapping on some bitch's shoulder. Like, dude, this is not real life. They're not teaching you real life. I always tell guys, when you go to a gym, the gym already has a culture, an ethics, an expectation of behavior in the group. And you're new to the gym, and you walk in there fresh, and you don't know who girl belongs to who. All you see is ass on treadmills, and you walk in there, first day member, and you start going to girl to girl to girl. You're going to piss off a lot of people, right? You're going to piss off a lot of people. Trust me, I've worked in gyms. Any guys that did that, they get ran off real quick. People don't like that because there's people that know the parents of those girls. There's people that are protective. They know the girls you're talking to, and they know their parents. And they saw these girls grow up playing hopscotch and motherfucking jump rope and jacks and shit like that. They already saw that. And you just gonna run up in there, and their dudes looking like, right? They're like, okay, all right, we gonna watch you. And then you're gonna be like, hey, what's up, guys? And then you're gonna talk shit. You see the girl over there with the turquoise booty shorts? God damn, I'll fuck the shit out of her. You just messed up your whole opportunity to network in there because you ain't got no damn common sense. Trust me, I've worked in gyms for 10 years. Do not do that. You don't know who belongs to who, what girl is what. You don't know the company culture. You don't know the gym culture. You don't know who's who. Chill the fuck out. Stall that shit out. Wait a couple of weeks. See how things move. Ingratiate yourself with the big niggas. Pause over there. Ingratiate yourself in the culture. Put your towel away. Right? Don't just come into a new spot and start mouthpiecing. Because you're going to find out the hard way that, dude, yep, that's somebody's sister. That's my sister you talking about. We've been at this gym for 10 years. And you knew we don't know who you are. All right? Don't come in here like that. So, don't do that. Don't just start rizzing up the front desk girl. Because, oh, look at what's up, girl. You know what I mean? It's just rizzing her up. That is her dad owns the gym. And you just gonna rizz her up. She works there. She hate working there, but her dad makes her work there. And you're gonna rizz up the front desk, or that's the wife of the gym owner. But dudes never talk about this. And I'm not talking about what ifs. I'm talking about this is more likely to be the case. And they're telling you to just go up and rizz up women like there's nobody fucking these women. And there's nobody related to these women. All right? This is not what you do. Not as a grown-ass man. All right, because you're going to find yourself out of the culture real quick. And you're going to find out why people are treating you rude. Why these niggas mad dogging me? Why they treating me rude? And if you're a person of a different race, I would tell you, tread lightly. If you're a black guy and you go to a Mexican anything and you don't know Spanish, right? And you don't know how to motherfucking do a dance and dance a jig. You don't know how to do the salsa or merengue. You playing with fire. If you a Mexican and you go to a white honky tonk bar, you playing with fire. You playing with fire. All right. Do not go in there thinking you own shit and run shit. If you're a black guy and you go to a honky tonk and they start line dancing and you see them flatbacks doing that shit and you think you about to do that achy breaky shit, there's some white boys waiting. Like, okay, nigga. All right. We let you in here. We didn't say nothing. Now, they've been doing the line dance and the honky tonk for days on end. If you go to an Asian spot and they doing motherfucking karaoke, because you know the Asians love karaoke, don't run up into their spot talking, because Ricky Tan gonna come from upstairs down to talk to you. All right, Ricky Tan gonna be like, did you think you just gonna sing Luther Vandross and get these ling-lings pussy wet? Oh, yeah. Come upstairs. Ricky Tan gonna be on your neck. All right, anyway, let me get to these super chats, man. I think a lot of dudes are giving horrible advice. And shout out to Alexander Grace for realizing what's up. Okay. All right. Realizing what's up. It takes a lot of guys to admit this, man, but a lot of guys are giving shitty information. Shout out to our brother Rusted Junk. He says, CGA, I've never been good at game, and I'm usually oblivious to women choosing signals because of being rejected so many times. Now I'm focused on trying to make more money and move up to a higher financial class. Paying is so much easier. He says, I don't have time for the goofy bullshit. Shout out to you. And a lot of people we're all different when, introverted and type of stuff like this. So some of these things don't work for everybody. It's not a one size fit all. You'll be good at it. Remember that one dating coach brought out a ninja in a wheelchair and he had the little motherfucking Atari controller and shit. And they brought him out and it was like, he gets more ass than the toilet seat. These were game ninjas. And their pitch was to bring a ninja out with the Atari joystick wheelchair. Ninja had cerebral palsy. He couldn't even. And the ninja was like, I get more ass than the toilet seat. And they put a bitch on his lap with a bikini on and lingerie panties out, ass all hairless. Right? And I was like, see, these ninjas ain't never get my respect. I ain't never going to respect these goofy ass ninjas. All right? And they ain't nothing they going to say from that point. And then they always want to get my name in their mouth. All right, Paul, they always want to talk about me. And y'all brought a ninja out with cerebral palsy and an Atari joystick motherfucking wheelchair and said he was getting more ass than a toilet seat. Like, y'all a joke, bruh. Right? Y'all a joke. Ain't nobody believing that shit, but y'all looking like a clown out here. Kaylin says, Coach, do you remember when Michael Jordan led the league in scoring, averaging 35 points a game, won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year all in the same season? Yeah, that's how men have to be with women today. It can't just be all offense because we want to sleep with them, but we have to reject them when they're mistreating us. Absolutely. All right, we got to... yeah. You got to reject them. I think more men have to be on the rejection mindset. Like, I have an abundance, so I don't have a lack of women. I'm not lacking of women. I actually got too much shit going on. But I'll be like, but, do what you want. But not that they don't have nothing else going on with me, but, you got to be rejecting them. Shout out to our brother Jay Cool says, Coach, I 100% agree with you on this topic. I was out with a male friend at the Bills game last night. He says, all I did when I would talk with the waitresses that helped us is just freely joke around and laugh, not trying to approach or get anything. I figure people in general like when you talk with them and make them laugh without any agenda. And I think a lot of things related to women and this idea of cold approach and dating, much of what people don't realize is you're going to put on layers of work, right? The idea that the woman's going to give you the number and sleep with you that night is low. I'm going to just let you guys know that. Every now and then, you're going to run up with that situation, right? Where you'll deal with a woman and she'll be like, take me now. Right? Take me back to your lair. Slay me. I've had a handful of those, right? And I don't depend on those at all. But anytime you're dealing with a woman and you're cold approaching them or whatever it is, whatever you're doing to approach them and generate interest, you're going to put on layers of conversation and exchanges and humor and all of these things. And eventually you might have to say, I'll come back. All right, let's see if it's the same thing. Oh, I remember you. She puts her hand on your shoulder. Like, it's that. But guys are being convinced you're going to cold approach a woman, get the number, and fuck. Maybe if you're in high school and college, all right, it's like that. But most of the time it's not. All right, yeah, that's the case. Dark Side Foundation goofballs will create all of these equations when it's as simple as you either have to be a Chad or have money. Choose your struggle. You don't need to have money. You don't need to lead with your wallet. Okay, have you ever led with your wallet? Have you ever used money? Have you ever been... Not saying that that's the best case scenario, but I mean, what are you looking for? All right, Michael E says, Coach, I separated with my ex from high school after 17 years and 3 kids. After a year, baby mama alienated my kids from me for having a new 20-year-old girlfriend at age 36. 10 years later, kids still don't come around. Hey, man, you know, that you can't control. That's sad, though. That's sad. That's sad that, yeah, that's how men have to deal with shit. And of course, you would have had to go to family court and spend 50 grand to get them. Tranisha, LOL, but Coach, my mama said most boys only want one thing. Is that game? Society taught me since I was a teen that a man is going to play me and I have to be on defense. Don't be too easy. Facts. I mean, Tranisha, I agree. Like, for me, I believe that men shouldn't want easy women. And if you're looking for easy women, this is going to be one of the most frustrating undertakings you're going to go through. You're going to deal with 99.97% rejection rate because women automatically are defensive, right? So in my position, anybody that I connect with, female, I almost never try to sleep with them on the first date. Unless we built that chemistry up through messaging and talking, right? Then that's different. But let's say I approach a woman and she's like, take me back to your house. Ninja, I will be on the defensive. Huh? I would be like, what? Take me back to your house? It's that easy? Not saying I have never had that. I'm just saying that would make me defensive. Like, huh? Who sent you, bitch? Like, what kind of bitch is you? So women are naturally going to reject, and I'm going to tell you just quickly, the reason why women reject, it doesn't mean they're not interested. This is where men have to understand. Women reject because they want you to believe that if you pursue a relationship with them, that they're not easy with everyone. Because a dumb broad is easy with everyone. And this woman is really indiscriminate with her pussy. So if you happen to be the guy that she's like, oh, you happen to be the one, take me to your lair. If she wants a relationship with you, you're always going to remember it was easy to get her. Therefore, that's against her interest because she knows it's going to be harder for you to trust her if it was easy for you to get her. So they inevitably got to make it difficult. It should not be easy. It should not be easy in general. So they're automatically going to be denied. Now, that doesn't mean she's going to be permanently denying. It's just that at that moment, it's a no. Now, maybe she breaks up with her boyfriend 6 weeks down the line. You show that you didn't curse her out because you got rejected. You stuck in there. And then all of a sudden, hey, remember that date you offered me? Okay. Now, these are all things that I wouldn't depend on. Those are definitely scenarios. But guys that run game typically are guys that fuck up the game for everybody else. And they're playing the game. They're just trying to get laid as easy as possible, right? When they could have spent $300 and got their meat fixed up, right? With 2 women. But today, yeah, no means no. So we're like, you know, you tell me no, we're good. And a lot of women have cheated that system where they say, I told him no and he kept doing it. Same breath. Well, the first no doesn't mean that I'm not interested. Keep keep trying. She's like, keep trying. All right, keep trying. All right, I said no, and he said, okay. Why do men quit when I tell them no the first time? Well, no means no. Okay. A lot of men are very pragmatic. A lot of men are we have accountant brains. We don't have brains like women. Our brains are very much, we want to draw a conclusion. We want to solve a problem. So if you tell a man a rule, we'll typically try to abide by it. Now, if you tell a bird brain ninja a rule, he'll try to overcome it, right? He'll try to overcome it. Well, there's room. There's a gray area, ass ninjas. But we are pretty much, okay, no means no, or I go to jail. Okay. Hi, I'm interested in you. Can I buy you a drink? No. Okay, bye-bye. Right? That's it for about probably 60% of men. Oh, no, player, you got to overcome that rejection. You got to ask her, why can't you buy her a drink? The Real Fit Style says, Coach, do you see billionaires do this stupid cold approach? He says the dating coaches are retarded. He says to think that intelligent and powerful men, that we all, that we should put this kind of energy to convince someone who is weaker to give us any attention is absolutely stupid. Not only do I not see billionaires doing it, I don't see millionaires doing it. I don't see anybody really worth their salt. The most people that I see talking about cold approach are broke ninjas and nerdy white guys. Let's just be honest. Okay, the only people I see all day long talking about cold approach are broke ninjas or nerdy white guys, which this is all they have to deal with. Like nerdy white dudes. I dread game during looks maxter, right? Or they're young or immature, right? I never see nobody grown that has a good job doing this. It's always somebody grown that's broke. So it's nerdy white dudes, nerdy, weird looking Neanderthalic white guys. All right. With the, like this YouTubers too. And a ninja's trying to sell courses. These are the only people I see acknowledging some sort of cold approach because they're normally in an arena where they have no reputation. Their reputation is shit already. Right? That's the only people I see advocating for this type of behavior. Now, they happen to be the loudest people in the room sometimes, and they happen to believe their technique works because they're around scavengers and shit like that, and scammers and SRT ninjas and strags, and it tends to work because that's all they got. It's never around college campuses. Like college campus, you cannot properly execute cold approach on a routine basis because you will get thrown off of campus. Now, the people that I do see cold approaching on campus, they're almost inevitably not students of that campus. What? Let me tell you, because you'd be like, I see people cold approaching on college campuses all the time. More than likely, they're not a student on that campus. It's kind of like when they have a shootout at a campus, a college campus. College shootout at Hampton University. Guess who doing the shootout? Niggas that ain't going to that school. That's who's shooting, not the students. Right? Not the students. The students ain't shooting up the campus. It's the niggas that's at the party that ain't at the and did not registered at the school. They ain't got no school ID. So anybody you see on a college campus doing a cold approach experiment at that campus, they're not a student there. They just walked up on the campus and they start cold approaching the girls. Why? Because if I'm a student there engaging in that, I'm going to get thrown off the campus. Right? I can't engage in that because I got to go to school with these people. I got to be seen with these people at the student union, at the cafeteria, in the dorms. That reputation going to they're going to report you to the dean and you're kicked off the campus. So I'm trying to give y'all, because a lot of people don't see that. And I got proof of that. Where dudes are doing cold approach on college campuses, they are not students there. They just walked up on the campus, and I guarantee you they're going to get their footage one day and be out of there because they don't have to come back to school the next day. All right. Shout out to our brother Quentin, says 300 approaches is insane. I honestly think PUA is a form of mental illness. Does it ever occur to these PUA experts that men don't have time to do all these approaches? He said they are only 24 hours in a day and you still have to eat, sleep, work. These PUA experts are retarded. PUA. I agree. I don't like them. I don't like what they are teaching men. It's absolutely ridiculous. And ask them, are they approaching 30, 40 women a day? Oh, no, I'm out the game. I don't have to no more. I got me a girl. Okay, shut your bitch ass up. You ain't approaching.
Shut your bitch ass up.
You're not approaching 30, 40 women a day. Well, I did when I was learning. G says, Coach, these dating coaches don't say that as a man, you must use all tools at your disposal to get peace leave. And there is no shame in it. He says, now that I got the tools, I got a high win rate, which is they're telling you not to use the tools. All right. Which then makes you beholden to them. All right. I tried your approach. I tried this. I tried that. All right. Well, I whipped out my wallet, got right to the business. Don't do that. Why? Because it undercuts the game, coach. You don't need them no more. Right? You don't need those. No, you don't need the dating coach. Soon as I went over to the JUCO and I fixed the bind, I don't need the dating coach. Well, those women don't respect you. Okay, we talking about respect now. Are we really talking about women respecting us? I mean, this is what I tell you, man. These guys are losers. All right. Inevitably, you will find that most of these guys have never had success cold approaching, and they'll tell you to do it. They'll tell you to do it. And they'll tell you to do it over and over and over and over again. Oh, you'll get it eventually. Just keep coaching call. Tell me what you did. What did you do? Oh, you should have said this. Now, is there a problem between communication between men and women? I acknowledge that. Yes, there are some men out here that are game goofy and don't know what the hell they're doing. So that's causing much of the problems. And there's some guys out here that are really, you have no business dating at all. You have no business trying to date at all. I know it sucks. You just don't live in that time anymore. You don't live in that time. Women got more shit to do than to date you goofy ass ninjas. All right. So there's some things that you're going to have to overcome dramatically in this era, because this era is much different than the 90s. Women have no scarcity out here. They look forward to having an exciting career, and they look forward to a dog, and they look forward to buying a Snapdragon, a motherfucking snapping turtle, and a bearded dragon. They look forward to traveling. They look forward to Chad coming over tonight to throttle them. They look forward to marriage one day. They got lofty dreams and goals. You know what you got? Trying to get some pussy. That's the only thing you got. Barely got a job. Barely got yourself pointed honestly to a career. You know you're going to work till you die. So you're like, I'm not excited about my career. It's a job. Right here. So you got way less abundance. You ain't trying to travel. You ain't trying to see shit. You ain't trying to find a good restaurant to dine in. You ain't trying to go with your homeboys to the Laker game. Nothing. You just trying to get some free punani. And you don't got nothing going for you. Fur-chested ninja, no beard. Right here. That's where we're at. I think dudes are completely sidetracked. But with that being said, I'm out of here, brothers. Get some sleep. Peace.